Something's
I'm the
wrong with you.
king around here.
Yeah,
Hey,
man, that's on his bullshit, man.
hey, he
Hey,
got it. Hey,
Oh man,
yeah,
welcome
hey,
everybody, man. It is
I,
8 o'clock. It is Pride. Ah,
think
God
about it.
damn it,
Think about it. If I don't stay on the
woo,
bullshit, then who would I be?
man.
that's why I said, don't nobody do that bullshit like you, Smitty. Nobody be bullshitting like you.
Damn. Hey, Chris, you ain't a far second. You ain't a far second neither, man. Because
Come
you
on,
right up
man.
there. You are neck and neck with Smith. God damn it.
No way. No way.
Oh man, but hey, folks, everybody, what's going on, man? Happy New Year's to everybody. Thank you for tuning into another episode of the 95 North Sports Machine. I am your host, Berto, joined by my brothers Antoine Smitty Smith and the bullshitter Chris Tipmore. So, what's going on, everybody? I hope everybody had a blessed holiday. Man, can y'all believe it, man? It's the last game, man. Week 18. A lot of
Yeah,
bullshit
Man,
happening
18.
this year, man. This has
this
been
season
worse
flew
than a
by like
roller
a
coaster
Delta
ride,
jet.
man.
This
Like,
season
what
flew
the
by
hell
like a
happened
Delta
to the
jet flying
season?
to Florida. Oh
Yeah,
Man,
boy.
y'all
quick,
remember in the
man.
beginning with training camp, we just was like, feel like we were struggling to get to the regular season.
We were hyped.
Now we are pretty much at its conclusion, at its climax. We're gonna see what happens with these Atlanta Falcons. Still in the playoff picture, darn it. It's a lot that has to happen. We need help, but we are there. Yes,
Oh
yes.
man, oh yeah,
Shout
official
out
big
to
week
Only,
is in
official
the
only,
big
only,
building.
week.
only picture I care about right now is the picture that's on the screen. I don't care about no playoffs. I don't care about none of that.
Eh,
If we
Before
make it,
we,
fine.
hey,
If we don't,
hey,
that's fine too.
before we, spew our careness for the world and everybody else that's in the chat, let's treat y'all to the best intro out in the game. Hello.
yes,
And that
sir.
intro ain't no bullshitting right there. That's top
Hey, yes,
notch.
sir.
We try,
But
man. We
CW, man, we know you ready for the show, man. We
Hey,
here.
thank you for tuning
We finna
in.
get it crunk. We finna get it live. We finna do all that good stuff. But as
yes,
always,
sir.
man, we got to welcome and acknowledge the chat, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to John Brooks, man. Y'all please go check out John Brooks on YouTube, man. He does this thing. Please go
John
subscribe.
Boy.
Tell him your boy Smitty sent you, because I did. Shout out to our boy John Higgins. Shout out to C-Dub, man. They always tuning in. Tyreek Johnson. I hope I said that right because I'm bad with names. Tay Rush. So let's talk about 30% decline in season tickets
Oh,
renewed next year. So
oh,
yeah.
God.
So Arthur Smith ain't fired. Y'all won't be seeing a lot of these folks next year. They're gonna be selling their tickets to the road team. There's gonna be another road game. And we done saw that a couple of times this year. But shout out to my boy RGATL for life, the plug,
The
man. He always
plug.
coming through with the
family.
news and he keeps
Yes,
me
yes.
updated when I can't get to it. But when I
Yeah.
do get to it, y'all always know because I'm gonna give y'all my honest opinion as always. And I will be
Mhm.
dropping a video about the Justin Fields trade market, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit in the show.
Mhm.
So y'all stay tuned for that, man. But I will be trying to drop that during the show. So while the guys are talking, I will be working in the background and get that out to y'all. Y'all, the CP video I dropped this morning about him not being happy. I gave my
Mm.
reaction to that. It's up to 3,000 in probably about 7 hours. So y'all please go check that out and keep pushing the sports machine, man. Cause I'm trying to get to 10,000. And with y'all help, I will definitely get there sooner or later.
That's
Mhm,
what's up, man.
mhm.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. But Smitty, Chris, we have a special guest waiting in backstage, man. Ryan, the historian from Birdcage LLC. Let's welcome him to the show.
What's
What it
going
do,
on,
man?
fellas?
What is
How you
happening? You got
doing
it?
there?
Hey,
Yes,
man,
sir.
it's been a long time coming, man. I've been trying to get up here with y'all boys.
Man,
Hey,
Hey,
man,
no
well,
doubt.
the time is here, man. Let's get it, man. How you doing,
Hey
man?
man, before we
Hey, man,
start,
I'm
man, I
good.
got to shout out you and your crew, man. Y'all welcome me with open
yes.
Absolutely.
arms. I had a
Hmm.
great time, man, and y'all let me speak my mind and did not judge me for what I said. And 9 times out of 10, y'all agree with what I said because I speak my mind and you do too. And that's probably why we
Mhm.
click, man. You don't hold it
Hey,
back just like I don't.
hey, man, I'm just here, dog. I just gotta let them know. Just like we just gotta. I'm gonna take
Come straight off the motherfucking press.
I'm coming.
Hey,
with
there you go.
You know what it is, dog.
There you damn go.
Yes, sir. Oh, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
I'm
That's what I'm talking
gonna
about.
tell him for it one more time, dog. Look like this here.
Yeah.
Run it.
I'm scared of you, motherfucker.
I'm on my Bernie Mac shit today, dog. So you know what's happening.
You hear that?
You know what?
Oh man, that's awesome.
Hold on. Normally this is my regular background. I'm gonna switch it up for everybody tonight. You know what I'm saying? I did the retro stuff. I gotta take it back to big play rate for y'all tonight. So I gotta bring that out for y'all tonight, big dog.
Don't make me go grab this jersey I got in the closet.
Hey man, that's all right. You see what it is. I got
That's
Techwood Homes in my background. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Techwood. You know, everybody that's from around that way, even though I'm a SWAT boy.
Sure better be well dog.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. But hey, man, pleasure having you on, man. Yes, it has been a long time coming, man. We've been wanting you on here, and I know schedules conflict. Everybody's got their own platform. They're chopping it up and servicing their crowd and stuff like that. But I'm glad that you took the time to come vibe with us tonight. We are previewing the Saints and Falcons game, which to some,
welcome all.
It's a meaningless game, but there is a lot riding on it. With some help, these Falcons could hobble into the playoffs at an 8-9 record. And hey, man, it is what it is at this point. But Ryan, how do you feel about that going into the playoffs? Presumably so if we do make it there on an 8-9 tip, man. How does that make you feel as a Falcon fan at the end of the day, man?
I'll just say this, man. At this point, it's time to get rid of Arthur Smith. That's where I'm at with it, and I'm just gonna keep it real because we talked about this on my show the last time because Smitty kind of chuckled at me. He said, man, he said you already ready to bust this man up out of here. I said, dog, I will drive all the way down from Philly. I'm an Atlanta boy. I will drive down from Philly. I will grab his bags personally, like a bellhop. I will put them in the back seat of that car, and I will drive him to Hartsfield Jackson Airport. You already know what's happening. I'm trying to get him up out of here, man. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna give him that luxury. I'm gonna put him on the mega bus. If anybody knows about the mega bus, I'm putting him on the mega bus, dog. We gonna say that. Hey, we gonna say that money.
Bro, it's the Northeast thing, man. The mega bus.
Yes, the mega bus. But
break down on the way to where it's going because it's gonna do it. No air, no nothing.
Yeah, man.
Free. But no, honestly, look, we all hate the Saints. It's just what it is. Absolutely. I got a special poster this week for the show. You know what I'm saying? For them ancient. Smitty already know how I get down with the posters, but all I can say is this: if we do get to the place where we're going, if we get in here, look, I don't like losing, especially to them.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, I don't think Carolina is going to beat Tampa Bay. So even if we win this game and have the record that we would have, I still don't think we get in with an 8-9 record. That's just me because I think Tampa Bay is going to handle business against the Panthers.
Hey, but who knows? We lost to the Panthers, so why can't they?
Yeah, the scenario is already looking kind of crazy. We already know cut and dry. We win. And Tampa Bay loses, we're still NFC South champions for the first time in quite some time. So it's just you have that scenario going on. You hope that happens, but it's still a small chance. We have to have a lot of teams lose, but it's still a small chance for us to even get a wild card spot. Like I said, the Bears, they're already eliminated. So you would need them to beat the Packers. You need the Vikings to lose, the Seahawks to lose. Of course, we have to beat the Saints, and you really kind of still need probably the Bucs still to lose too. But either way you go, that's still a lot. I'd rather us just go ahead, do what we got to do, man. And beat these Saints. I don't want to lose to the Saints at all. I don't care what our record is. We could have been for real. We could have like no wins, and as long as we beat the Saints and we can have those two, it's like okay. So it's like I just don't want to lose to the Saints regardless. Now I know beating the Saints regardless would hurt, our draft chances. I know a lot of people was looking at that college football last night, eyeing maybe a Michael Penix who may fall right into our laps if we stay in the position that we are. So I know there's some people out there that may don't care or may like, hey, if we lose to the Saints, whatever. I don't want to lose to the Saints whatsoever.
I don't give a damn about a draft spot because let me tell you, and I'm gonna stick to what I said, and y'all know I said it. We going out to a quarterback, it don't care where we land at. I'm gonna give you the draft picks and everything to go up that board and get one of those guys. I don't care about the future because the future is in that quarterback. And the reason why is because of the last 3 drafts, we drafted 3 offensive weapons and we need a quarterback to get those weapons to football. So damn that first round pick next year, damn that first round pick the year after that. The Falcons had more success in the middle round, day 2 and day 3. So let that sink in.
That's a fact.
The Falcons have used 3 straight top 10 picks, and we're ranked 26 in points per game. So
19 points a damn game with those 3 games. Make that make sense.
Yeah. So you say quarterback go up and get any of them. Arthur Smith's not the coach, right? Because we're not allowing him to.
I don't
coach
see
coach one of these shiny new trophies. Into next season, man. We already seen what he's done with Desmond Ritter's damaged goods. He's really probably coached this damn kid out of the league, if you ask me, man. This kid, I would hate to be in his space, hate to be him mentally, because
that's where you're wrong. He haven't coached this kid. He haven't.
He's not the right coach to coach him, period. But what? So let me ask you this: if Desmond Ridder wants to get flipped, what are we going to get for compensation for him? Nothing. What team is really going to bite for his service and say, "Oh man, we must have him"?
Desmond's a backup, man.
I
don't even see that shit. I don't even see that, bro.
I don't even see him get a can of potted meat for that boy. I'm just saying.
I'm serious because at the same time, he still has more upside than Taylor Heineke, though. And we know if we get an actual coach and coordinator, it's a possibility that he still could be a backup for the Atlanta Falcons, who's still on a rookie contract. So if we're just talking about from a money standpoint, you could possibly still have him as an actual backup for you.
I mean, I hear what you're saying when you're saying the actual backup, but here's my question. When are you going to stop playing around? Because you've already pissed away 3 drafts. Let's just be real. Now, Drake London was a good pickup because we needed a pass catcher. But let's keep this real. Drake is a 50-50 ball guy. He can run routes. He's very strong. And he's a Michael Irvin type of receiver. Yards after contact. If I'm going to compare him to anybody, because strong hands and definitely is a guy that can make some things happen. But you need to have somebody. We got a Scotty Miller who can take the top off of a dome, and you're not using this kid's speed. 4.3 speed, and the guy has shown that he can go get the ball when you give it to him. But I'm saying for me, Smitty, I want a quarterback to go get him the ball.
I agree, but I'm telling you from what I said from 2 years ago, I just feel like Garrett Wilson was a better fit because of his playmaking ability.
Man,
I love Drake London.
I agree with you on that.
I like Drake London now of what he's done. Drake is a good player, but when we're talking about back at the draft, I'm like, if you're going wide receiver, and me and Smitty, we had these conversations. We like go Garrett Wilson. But
I gotta disagree with you on that.
Why? Because
I'm a disagree. No. If I'm a draft receiver, no, wasn't that? It was a guy. When you talk about wide receiver. One of the best receivers in this franchise.
I know where he's going.
Yeah, you know I'm going. I'm gonna say he's playing against us on Sunday. Chris Olave. And the reason I'm saying this, think about this. One of the best receiver, a couple of the best receivers in this organization were undersized. Alfred Jenkins back in the 80s. You already know, Smitty. That's Terrence Mathis. Hell, I was gonna say Billy White Shoes Johnson is another one who we had on the birdcage. Check out that interview, by the way. And I'm just saying, and if you look at it, some of the best dynamic playmakers that we've had have been undersized. Julio was just a freak of nature, even though he left on a bad note.
Still one of the best draft picks we've ever had.
I'll say that, and I'm not. Even though people are still pissed off at how he left, and I get it, and a lot of us were as fans. But let's be real, best receiver that we could have had. Another receiver.
Tyreek pulled the word right out of my mouth because that's what I was just about to go. They could have got a pass rusher. Could have got Jalen Carter and then got picked in the second round.
Exactly.
Because if I'm not mistaken, in the second round, our draft pick was before Pittsburgh anyway, right?
Right,
Mhm.
So definitely could have did that.
But here's the question though. When do we ever draft out of our own backyard of players that are going to be an impact?
Oh no, that doesn't happen.
Jesus, that don't happen.
That just doesn't happen.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for coming in here going in.
No, that's you. No, hell no, man.
I mean, that just doesn't
happen.
We've talked about that as well. That just doesn't happen for whatever reason. It's just we don't know if it's a backstory, if they feel like maybe staying at home would get them in more trouble. I don't know. But if it is, that's why you have mentorships that you can make mandatory in the contract or whatever the verbiage needs to be. But
here's the
we
sad
just do not
part.
go backyard hunting.
But here's the sad part though. Most people that became Falcon fans, a lot of folks came around during the Vic era. Some of us were around before Vic when you talk about prime time, and then some of the older fans were around during the 1980s with Barkowski. But let's keep this real. The original owner was a University of Georgia alum. The reason we have red and black is because of the Smith boy.
Georgia.
That's the reason why. And Georgia Tech was pissed because they said they
wanted
wanted to have something to, match up with, the state school. And they're like, well, Georgia Tech is a state school too. And that's why you see the gold stripes on the helmet. But let's be real. You don't even draft out of your backyard. I mean, you look at all the great players that have come out of there. Like, you got two of them with Terrell Davis and Richard Seymour that's Hall of Famers. And you could have had those guys.
Should have, could have.
And you pass on Todd Gurley.
And that was a big
mistake. You got a Vic Beasley.
That was a huge. Oh,
I'm
that
just
was
saying.
a
You take Buster Beasley. I call him Buster Beasley. You take Buster Beasley. The jack leg preacher, because that's what I call him, old jack leg preacher.
Oh, jack leg.
And you had a chance to get a Todd Gurley, but you take a midget with dreads. Yeah, I'm talking about Devontae Freeman. I don't give a damn how you feel about it. As I said.
Damn, he was serviceable though. I'm sorry, he really was. And do
you want serviceable? Or do you want somebody that was going to be a game changer? Because Gurley had, even though his career was short, was better.
I mean,
man, he got robbed of the MVP award.
Offensive
I'm not taking away from that. I'm just saying, hey, I can't knock on Devontae Like's production here.
But
everything is what it is.
I would have loved to see Gurley and Shanahan paired. You see what he's doing with CMC right now. That could have been in the play.
That would have been
with Todd Gurley.
Gurley ended up in that Super Bowl though.
I completely agree with you guys. I was just saying about Free. He was.
Oh no, you can't take credit.
I don't want to trash.
We're not taking away from what he did, but he damn sure stole money from us though and put us in cap hell.
Well, the thing about it is, if we would have kept giving him the ball, we would have had to give him more money.
I mean, true, but here's the question: why are you gonna pay you pay this guy or whatnot, and he becomes injury prone? You look at everybody that we paid. You paid Marcus Trufant, who was just as stank as a darn dead buzzard on the side of the road with some hot dog water. Let's just be real. Trufant, we was paying him welfare checks just when he left. Then you still had to pay Julio. Then you were still paying Matt. And then you were still paying Freeman. All that money put us in cap hell because Dimitrov was just handing out money like government cheese, man. And now we got Terry Fontenot in here. That's a Louisiana boy that literally shops with a Georgia EBT card. Let's just be real with you on that, dog.
Man. So let me ask you this, Ryan. Let me ask you this. So is it fair for some of the reports that are out there where they, potentially say that Terry Fontenot should be, his faith in Arthur Smith should be the same? Are you cutting Terry Fontenot any slack for what he has done? Because he has taken us out of cap hell, man. This guy was brought in with some tough decisions, man, and he's gotten us out of it. Quite frankly, he's not going to bring a guy. Exactly. I feel the same way. He's not going to bring in a guy to say, hey, fix these books, and then, by the way, year 3, you're out. Can't do that.
Yeah, I think we all should be in agreement about Terry. Keep
really can't, man.
But you also fixed the defense that we couldn't stop a nosebleed.
100%.
These last few weeks have been tough for our team, but let's be real. And Smitty said this, and me and Smitty talked about this on the bird cage. The defense literally has been on the field longer than it should because the offense can't sustain drives. And when you have an incompetent play caller who is pretty much a recidivist, when you got somebody that's coming in like that, it's bad. Arthur Smith is a habitual offender of calling a good game one week, and then he'll renege just like on the spades table. He's an amateur. You're gonna renege and give up some books, and that's pretty much what Arthur Smith does.
Ryan, he's a creature of habit.
And
that's all
and
it is.
again,
He's just going back to his habits.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how we had that great game against the Colts, and then what happens?
Right.
That was the most well-rounded game he's coached since he's been here, man. I think this year he's only had probably 4 games that he's coached his heart out, man. I'll say the Green Bay game, the Houston game, the comeback against Tampa Bay week 7, and that week 16 matchup against the Colts. That's it. And your what is it? 36 games or whatever the hell he's coached here. That's it. That's all you really could show for is your last year as a head coach here with the Falcons. That you can say, hey,
and that's the best that you could do with all that talent.
Too much talent, man. He suffered from acquiring so much talent and not knowing what to do with it, man. And for a guy that has stated, he's like, oh, all I need is the pieces and I'll get this thing right. You have the pieces, brother, but you haven't done a goddamn thing. I don't know, man. It's just too much, man. For me, it's disheartening. I'm pissed off as a Falcon fan, because we're sitting here. Yeah, as all Falcon fans, man, we're sitting here getting ready to either finish 8-9 or 7-10 again, and possibly be picking 8 overall again.
3rd year in a row, 4th year in a row that we're in the top 10.
Yep.
I just
something's got to give, man.
I just
third
got
year
one
in a
thing
row,
to say.
you're not going to have a winning record. I mean, well, shoot, longer than that. It's like 4 or 5 years in a row now.
But the crazy part is, we could end up with 5 number 1 picks next year on the same team.
That's
Justin
very
Fields,
real.
Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and B. John Robinson all on the same team.
But here's the thing:
could be Fields, could be
when you have a hiring firm picking your coaches, because that's been a problem for years. Because you look at it, Jim Moore Jr., Mike Smith, Dan Quinn, and now you got Arthur Smith. You've had 4 coaches picked by a hiring firm. Here's my thing: you need to go ahead and bring in a GM that's competent enough to get off his ass and find a coach. But until you do that, you got Terry Fontenot right there. This is my thing. You have Steve Wilkes, who turned around that Carolina Panthers team, who shouldn't have lost his job, and they actually fought for him.
That's why Carolina's like that now.
And here's my thing: if you don't go in the direction of bringing in a guy that's been in the league, hell, you got Jerry Gray. You got over 30 years of experience of being a coach on your bench.
I like where you're going with this. I'm
just saying, you leave Ryan Nielsen alone, and you put Jerry Gray in that position, because you don't know how many more years he has left. Because guess what? If Jerry Gray coaches for a little bit longer, he decides, hey, I'm done with the game. I was a 1st-round pick at one point. I was a Pro Bowler, and he was definitely a shutdown corner in the league. If you don't know about Jerry Gray, do your research on him as a player. And, he's coached Pac-Man Jones. He's also, you look at that Green Bay secondary that he had before he came here.
He also was in Seattle as well.
Exactly.
Jair Alexander, Adrian Amos, Eric Stokes.
I was about to say, you can't forget about the Bulldog, Eric Stokes.
No, you can't. Right. He was over there. He was doing his thing, man. And yes, Jerry Gray has had a stamp on a lot of these great players in the league. So yeah, man, that's exactly what I feel like the Falcons should do. Black Monday rolls around after the season's done, and Arthur Smith is presumably shown that door. The would-be hires that are going around in this league, man, these new age offensive coordinator, I sour at the look or even makeup of each and every one of them because of the taste that Arthur Smith has left in our mouth. And I've said this so many times, man, this Falcons team, I think it's a quick fix, but you need to bring a veteran head coach who has skin in the game, who's done this shit before, and is going to look at this young roster and say, this is what I expect from you from day one, and let's get it. We have the pieces. It's not like we don't. Any coach that comes in here is going to be, licking their chops like, damn, man, I got Bijan to work with. I got Tyler Algier to work with. I got a good receiver and Drake London. We don't know what the status of Kyle Pitts is going to be, but if he remains on the squad, that's another piece. All right, we need quarterback. Let's go all in. Let's write this shit from the jump, man. But a vet head coach is what is needed here in Atlanta, man.
Yeah, I think so too. Hey, okay, all right, guys. And this is for those who want to participate in the chat as well. Would you rather have an experienced head coach with a rookie quarterback, or would you rather have a rookie head coach with an experienced quarterback?
You really want that answer? That's easy.
I
Give
mean,
me the
hey,
experience. Give me the experienced head coach because he's seen many different situations and he's able to coach himself out of a bad situation and guide that young quarterback to get through those situations. You have to have someone that's going to be a compass to your career, and that's with anything that you do. And ladies and gentlemen, that's just not with just football. That's with life. You got to have somebody that's going to step up and that's going to show you how. All right, let's just use this as an example. You coming up. You need a job. You have to have somebody to teach you, hey, you got to go into this interview. You need to have a resume. You need to have business cards. You need to have your email address, everything, your direct deposit. You need to have all of this lined up before you step through that door. And you also need to dress for success. So you have to have someone who's going to come in, who is pretty much going to let you know what the standards are from the jump, and they're going to lay out their expectations. It's called expectations, goals. And if you can't meet either of these, there's a such thing is called you will be removed from this organization with a pink slip with a smile on my face, because I'm gonna bring somebody in here that is going to change this culture and that wants to be here. So it's time to stop bringing in folks that steal checks.
I'm gonna tell you, and I'm glad you said that, but actually, me and Berto talked about this. They really don't have to bring in nobody else. They have Ryan Nielsen and Jerry Gray who are capable of doing the job. And let's keep it real. Like I said on the post game Sunday, they've been the one carrying the team, not Arthur Smith. They put in the work to make this team competitive from a defensive standpoint. Arthur Smith cannot capitalize on that. So if you want me to be real about it, go out and get a head coach that's going to lead a team. Go out and get an offensive coordinator that's going to develop your quarterback. Go out and get a quarterback coach who's going to help that offensive coordinator develop that quarterback and make this team whole. See, a lot of people don't even know it, that the Falcons don't even have a quarterback coach. And that was a mistake. And they also have a quarterback as the wide receivers coach. So just that makes sense.
Terrence Mathis said on our show when he came on, he said, look, he's still pissed off because the Falcons won't give him a job as a wide receiver coach. What better way to bring in somebody that understands the culture? For number one, he's from the city. Yeah, he's born in Detroit, but he's from the city. You bring him in. And then here's the other
he's
crazy
definitely
part.
one of the guys that, of course, it was the Jerry Rices and everything out there, but Terrence Mathis was one of the first receivers I seen. So, because it was a guy who just changed the game.
Chuck Smith should not be in Baltimore.
Oh my God!
At all.
Let's be real. We've been pissed about the pass rush.
Ain't no
Chuck
way
Smith should be right here in Atlanta.
Bro, look what he is doing with those guys over there. The Patrick Queens of the world, the Roquan.
John Abraham should have.
Oh my God! Oh, just that whole linebacking core, man. That's a question of linebackers over there.
Here's a question for you, because I've said this and Smitty kind of chuckled, but he agreed with me on this. Instead of having Troy Anderson being a linebacker, because he has to think and process too much. He was an athlete in college, but with the size, the speed, and pretty much the aggressive nature that he has, instead of you drafting another edge rusher, you use this guy when he comes off injury. He runs a 4.4. He's 250, 260 around that weight.
Brother, the guy right above you. The guy right above you right there, he said the same thing.
Yeah, bro, I've been saying that since last year.
Now, I didn't know that. I didn't even know you were saying that.
Yeah, bro. Listen, I've been saying that ever since.
He's an athlete, man.
Exactly. Since the makeup of his came out. He was a running back. He was a quarterback. He was this, that, and the third out in Montana chasing buffalo and bison and all this bullshit. Wait a minute, you get a guy that's running 4.4, 4.4 speed. You want that going downhill, not sideline to sideline. You can find somebody to do that. You want that, speed on the edge to a team that's had problems finding a capable pass rusher.
Right.
He's screaming right there, right in front of your face, man.
Outside of defense, I'm going to say this, offensive coordinator-wise, I think you need to look at Mike LaFleur, because he comes in from, that's Matt's brother. You're talking about a pass situation, or you look at Gary Kubiak's son, who's still in the league right now. You bring in a guy that's going to be a competent offensive coordinator, because Arthur Smith couldn't read a Waffle House menu if you gave it to him.
I don't think LaFleur is going to be available.
He always covering up his face.
He's out in Miami, man. He's always in Miami. He's in Miami right now.
Right? But guys, I wanted to backtrack real quick because I asked that question earlier about the experienced head coach or the rookie head coach. Because even though we do have 33 years of experience in Jerry Gray, he's still never been a head coach. So it's just he would still be a rookie head coach where he just has experience in the league. So how do you feel about that technicality?
I would take that chance, Chris. You know why? Because he's showing us right up front what he can do with a defense. And if you remember from back in the day, and I said it's on Ryan's show, if you remember what he did with that Buffalo defense in the early 2000s, from 2001, I think, 2005, they were top 2, 1 or 2, top 5 or somewhere in there. So he's shown us what he can do from a leadership standpoint. He showed us what he can do with carrying the team. And like that's what I just said earlier. Ryan Neals and Jerry Gray has carried this team this year. Arthur Smith has done that, but try to screw it up any way he can. And that's why both of those guys got my vote going into this offseason to become head coach. Because another name that we've talked about, well, I've talked about that I haven't said yet, but I thought about Byron Leftwich as well. Because you talking about who
OC
came up, right? Who came up?
Okay, I was about to say not as a head coach yet. You got to get seasoned.
I'll take him
as he came up under Bruce Arians and he did his thing in Arizona. You got to remember the only reason he got fired because they switched over to what Tom Brady wanted to do.
Yeah. So
he had to take flack for that. But before Tom Brady got there, he was holding that team together on offense. So he has the experience as an offensive coordinator. I think he could develop, a Justin Fields or Kyler Murray or someone of that nature. And I would definitely look at him.
I got 3 names for you for the head coaching spot.
Oh, I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my bad.
No, I was gonna. No.
We were talking.
It's right on schedule, brother. It's right on.
So actually, I got 4 names for you, and it's some coaches that I'm thinking.
Want to hear it. Let's hear it, man.
So, coach wise, I'm gonna give you this. You got Jim Harbaugh that's going to leave Michigan after this year. That is a guy that you want to look at because Harbaugh knows how to win with pieces that's already been established, and he knows how to continue to bring in, and he can help develop your quarterback. Now,
I can hear it.
Hold on. Why is that, Ryan? Why is that?
I can hear it now.
Here's the thing. Let's be real. Jim Harbaugh went to Stanford as a coach.
Yep.
He took forget the guy's name. He just retired not too long ago. Quarterback that played for the Colts, Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck as a young guy and literally turned him into damn near a Heisman candidate at Stanford, and they were ranked. He won with them.
Right.
And he had Peyton Hillis and those guys out there. But outside of them, he goes to San Francisco. He takes Mike Singletary's team because that was Singletary's team that was built.
Singletary's team.
Make sure I put that out there because he don't get enough credit for being able to build a team.
Very true.
And
linebacking core was a hell of a drug back then. And that's all on Singletary.
He benched your boy Alex Smith. He benched him because he couldn't get over the hump, and they sent him to Kansas City. He takes Colin Kaepernick, beats us in our house. In our house. If y'all remember, it's painful.
What you mean if we remember?
I still think it was a pass interference on that call.
Man, hell yeah, that was,
called.
man.
Of course it was.
Absolutely.
I was there.
But
I was there. That was a pass interference.
Think about it. You go to a Super Bowl, 2 NFC championship games, you leave. Michigan is an utter clusterfuck right now. For all my military folks out there, I'm a military vet, folks. If you understand this term, we say a foobar of a situation, fucked up beyond recognition. So if you've ever heard that, that means it's a catastrophe. Michigan was like that. This man got these dudes literally after he got over the Ohio State hump because they were winning games. These boys in the national championship game after 3 years of getting their heads kicked in, period. And he's got a chance to win a championship, walk out of the door and say, fuck you to the NCAA right now. But
very true.
Outside of Harbaugh, I'm going to say Lovie Smith is another guy. You go to a Super Bowl with Rex Grossman as your quarterback. Your defense in Chicago was one of the nastiest. And you had God rest his soul, Cedric Benson in the backfield. You had Benson in the backfield, and then you had your boy. We had Mr. Devin Hester, Mr. Anytime, on that team, and he took them to a Super Bowl. Outside of Lovie Smith, I'm going to say Brian Flores. That team that's winning in Miami, that's Flores. That's Flores all day.
Yeah, they
I
just
talked
really got
about that last year.
Yep.
Yeah, I talked about
they
that
just
last year.
Yeah, and Daniel just inherited like Steve Kerr and Mark Jackson.
Exactly. And you're seeing these guys, went off of this. Another guy I would say Jim Caldwell.
Yep. Lovely
I
name.
said that
Smitty,
Sunday.
you talked about Smitty,
I said that Sunday.
Yeah, sure did.
You talking about a guy who had a 10 win
Hold up,
season.
you got somebody named Mafia
got
on your
fired.
show. Hey, look, y'all are the Huskies. Y'all damn sure ain't the dogs. Just get this straight. The only dogs that we recognize is these boys with the G.
Oh,
no
shit.
disrespect now. I'm happy for y'all, but nah, baby. That
Husky.
DAWG is for Georgia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, yeah,
I like him though.
I
like him though. I like some of his comments that he's been coming in on. He's been hot.
Smitty, I'm gonna pitch my guy real quick, and Chris, and you guys know where I'm fucking going with this, man. Because
I know where you're going. Go ahead.
I've been begging on the goddamn table for this guy, man, and it's none other than John Fox. Why not John Fox? He's doing work right now in Detroit as a defensive analyst, right? A guy that has roots in the NFC South. Why not come back home to a division you already know in and out? And it just so happens that with how the Falcons are built right now, you can say that they're similarly built to that 2014-15 Carolina Panthers game. What they were known for, the ground and pound. What's Atlanta kind of known for now? Ground and pound with Bijan and Tyler Algier, right? They had a tight end that was all world, and Greg Olsen finished with over 1,000 yards. We got a guy in Kyle Pitts that did the same thing, and with the right coaching and quarterback, who knows? Maybe Pitts can go back to that 2001 status when he was breaking all rookie records and whatnot, and for over 1,000 yards.
Seems like such a long time ago.
It does, man. But that's another name you got to keep an eye on too, man. Does he want to coach? I don't know. Who knows? Speculation. But it's good. It's good to play this makeup game and say, hey, what about what if? Because that's another game another coach that's respected in the league, that's been around a long time, and he has Super Bowl experience under his belt, and that's exactly what the Falcons need. A coach that's been through it, man. They've been through wins and losses. Who better than John Fox and all the gentlemen that you mentioned, minus Brian Flores, because he hasn't been to the big game yet. But he's a coach that can potentially, with the right opportunity, make it to the pinnacle, man. And he has all the coaching attributes to follow, man. So that's my guy, and I'm gonna stick to that. I know it's probably not gonna happen, but weirder shit has happened in the NFL.
Or go after Steve Wilkes in San Francisco. Give him a head coaching job.
Why not? Absolutely. And listen, what's one organization that should be learning from this right now is Antonio Pierce with the Las Vegas Raiders. Don't make the mistake that Carolina did and not give that job to Steve Wilkes. Go ahead and make that man the head coach in Antonio Pierce, because them boys are playing out there in Las Vegas, man.
Let me ask y'all this. I'm about to throw a wild card out there.
Oh, Lord.
All right, let's say this scenario. What about Todd Monken, right? What about a Todd Monken coming down and possibly trying old Chuck Smith away too?
So you saying try to pry Todd Monken down as an OC or as a head coach?
Now, I'm talking about trying to make him as possibly a head coach, because that's the only way you get him out of Baltimore.
But here's the thing. We already know what he did, even though the team was bad in Cleveland when he was there. We already know that the man understands how to call an offense. Hell, he won 2 national championships at Georgia with that offense. That should have 3 right now, but it is what it is. Another story for another day. And then you look at what he's doing in Baltimore with Lamar Jackson. You have a guy that's taller than Stetson Bennett was. Yeah,
we're gonna give it to him.
And this man has Baltimore in the number 1 spot in the AFC. One of the most
in the NFL, really.
In the AFC right now. Really in the NFL, but I'm just saying, I'm speaking on the AFC because we ain't gonna see him unless we see him in the Super Bowl. So that's why I'm speaking in that term. But they just beat
the 49ers head in. That's why I say they're the number 1 team.
And then turned around and smacked the Dolphins right in the mouth too, and said, "You sit back right. You sit back in your place." So they're the best team in the NFL right now, man.
100%. Hell no, I'm gonna continue to do that one. I just need to hit on one to say I was right. I love you.
You still celebrating from New Year's, brother? Are you still celebrating from New Year's, brother?
You never know, man. Hey, you never know. Hey, but I'm talking though. You know what I mean?
Hey, Berto and Wolf been hanging out. Berto and Wolf
man.
been hanging out.
We in two different area
Shout out
codes,
to
man.
Wolf too, man.
Shout out to Wolf, man. Look, now you got the goddamn chat going. Ain't this a bitch?
I see my boy scooping it. So you just popped you just popped up one of my boys or whatever. That was my boy Sequay Menta, better known as Scoop, the Black Wall Street Journal. That's what we call him in the cage, man. That's my guy.
Man, much respect, man. He should
you talking about Coach Quay? Yeah, Coach Quay cool as hell. Yeah,
that's my guy right there. Shout out to my Birdcage family. They came in and support your show tonight, man.
Absolutely.
Shout out to the magnificent
Quay been supporting me for years, man. Quay been supporting me for years, so shout out to him.
Love it, but why not him? Please give me a reason why. Give me a reason why. And I'll shut up
Berto. I just remembered something, man.
Be quiet about
No, don't be quiet, Berto. See, I remembered something. See, I was, a long time ago when I was in another group before I transferred to where I'm at now, I remember Steve did a show, and I think you were in it, and John the Cricket Leg Preacher was in it too, or whatnot. And we were laughing and cutting up because they were clowning you about how fine your hair is, and they were saying that you might be one of Elder Bodge's kids back in the day, man. That was me.
That was you? God,
yes. Because y'all were talking about Jerry curls and everything in that show, man.
Hey,
I remember.
Why you
it took forever to get on your show, man.
Hey, why you talking crap? Ask Alberto what I call him when he answered the phone.
Oh, no lie. Every time I call you, man, what the fuck you doing, man? What up, the boss? What's going on, man? Oh, man. Y'all goofy as hell, man. I love it, man.
Berto,
yes, sir.
That man said you got that soul glow, boy.
No, man. Not me, bro. It's all natural, man. It's all natural.
Glow.
Y'all better be glad Big Low ain't on the show, because he'll show pull that one off.
Hey, you know what, Berto? See, I'm being good because I'm in your house right now. Because if I would have known this, I would have probably pulled the Soul Glow ringtone and I would have had that sucker waiting for you. I'd have had that waiting for you tonight, big dog.
Oh man, you should have brought it, man. Hey, all that shit's welcome, man. We just trying to have a good time and put on the best show we possibly can for the folks.
I can't take these fellas nowhere, as y'all see. I'm the only one that like.
But you ain't seen shit.
Here's the thing.
When he came around in August. When he came around in August,
cutting up on my show.
Hey, I had everybody on the panel rolling.
Oh,
you ain't seen Chris.
So here's a question I have for you, gentlemen. Like,
hold on, right quick, Ryan. I'm telling y'all, if y'all ain't seen me and Alberto in person when we together, y'all missing it. Wait till training camp roll around again and he come back to Atlanta. Y'all be there and we be there.
I can't wait.
I'm telling
you, you up the street from me now.
I am.
Now I know you in Connecticut. You up the street from me, bro.
No, I'm in Rhode Island, right? Yeah. I've been. Hey, listen, man. I've
still up the street from me, dog.
Yeah, that's nothing. It's like 5 hours, man. That's nothing, man.
Exactly.
The Gino Steaks, man, and there was another place.
Hold up,
bro. No to them, right? Listen, that was the argument the whole ride down. He was like, "No, man."
You hold on. You say I hit the boo button when you said Gino Steaks.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm
man.
gonna tell you like this.
Tell it.
We about to get.
You
know what I'm saying?
Now I can hear you.
I said I've been up here long enough.
Yep.
Because it's that's a tourist trap. Geno's and Pat's are a tourist trap. So when y'all see that on NBC, man, y'all don't go there. If you go anywhere, go to Pagano's, go to D'Alessandro's, or go to if you've ever seen Creed, y'all can go to Max's. Period.
Yep. Yeah. Nice. I'll know for next time. I plan on going down.
I got you on that, man. See, look.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a Southern boy, I've been up here for a long time. Military dragged me up here, but I've been up here. I'm trying to get back down south. But I'm just telling you, man. But I got a question for you. I know we were talking about that. And Smitty said, "Hold up." So with the quarterback play that we've seen from these young men, you got Quinn Ewers, you got Michael Penix Jr., you have you got Jaden Daniels out of LSU, you got Drake May out of North Carolina, and everybody's talking about these guys. It's a guy, I know he's a bit inconsistent, but I think he can be groomed because he
I
definitely
already
is
know
a
where you're
competitor.
going with this. I already know.
No. You might not. He right in the
Trust
city.
me, I know.
I
Trust
say,
me,
all
I
right.
know.
So here's the thing. I'm not a fan of Georgia Tech at all. I can't stand them.
Sean
But
King, I knew you were about to go
I was
there.
gonna say Haynes King is a guy that you can
Haynes
get.
King, that's
If,
his name.
I'm talking about dropping.
Yeah.
I'm talking about if he's low. If all the
Right.
other guys are taken, if you have all the other guys are taken. Now, one of the other things that I support is HBCUs. So shout out to all the HBCU graduates on here, man. So I support HBCUs. I look at their games as well, and I look at players because there's a couple of guys that I've talked about, and one of the guys that I said we should have drafted and literally got rid of Richie Grant was a guy by the name of Marquise Bell. You can go back to my days of
yeah, Florida A&M. I talked about that.
FAMU. Now
I
here's
talked
the
about
thing.
that all last
Marquise,
year.
I said this. I've
Marquise
said this
Bell.
all the time. Marquise Bell was the number one safety coming out of the HBCU ranks, and he was number 2 in the country out of all the safeties when he was an undrafted free agent.
High school.
That man, that man moved up. The only reason why Richie Grant got a job over him was because of politics and money with those boosters at UCF. That was what that was. But
I talk about boosters all the time.
Here's a quarter, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, the Celebration Bowl was in your home. I knew about him for about a 4-year span. You need to look at Jeremy Musa out of FAMU as a quarterback. If you can't get any of these quarterbacks that you want, this is a guy that you can get as an undrafted free agent. And I promise you, now I don't even put guarantees on it, but anybody that's seen the show and they laughed when I said about Marquise Bell, how you like me now? Marquise Bell is starting in Dallas right now. I'm just telling you, he's starting. He's starting. He moved from being a undrafted guy to being 7th on the depth chart. He made 3 critical plays in that playoff game against Frisco last year. A fumble recovery, causing a fumble on a kickoff, and just literally just being a menace. You got Jeremy Musa, who could have played.
I'm gonna give you another name. I'm glad you're bringing these guys up. There's gonna be a safety that's a free agent from the Noah Ryan, who was drafted a couple of years ago, named Kyle Duggar. He's been grossly underused in New England. You bring him to Atlanta as a box safety is what they need in the run game, or what they need cover wise. Coming out of the Noah Ryan, which was a Division III school, he actually came into the draft and snuck into the first round to the Patriots. And what does Bill Belichick do with him? Sit him on the bench the first 2 years. He's finally got playing time, and now he's going to be a free agent because they don't want to pay him. And y'all know how New England deals with money. So I think that's a guy the Falcons could look at as well and get for a reasonable price. So, I mean, that's why I'm glad you brought that up, because small schools matter, man. Y'all got to remember that.
Look at D. Alford, man. Look at his journey.
Exactly. Yeah. And shout out to D. Alford, man. D watched my video last year, man, and he told me it inspired him, and I was happy to do that. So, these small schools matter, man. They matter.
Thank you, Dre. True statement. Thank you so much for that comment, because he sure is.
He sure is.
I've been like it.
And and I'm gonna tell you a guy that I talked about. Now he's in the XFL balling, but this was a guy that could have come here, but Tampa got him, but they got rid of him because of Kyle Trask. There was a guy at Alabama A&M by the name of Akil Glass. That dude there could spin it. He was he was a conference leader for 3 years straight now, 3 years straight. And he was up under Cornell Maynard, who definitely has put guys into the league. Tyreek Cohen is one of his products, who was in the league before he got hurt. So when you look at it, Cornell Maynard played for a gentleman, for you HBCU heads out there, y'all know who the legendary William Hayes is, but better known as Bill Hayes, aka Wild Bill. He's come on to the show, and he's put over 100 guys into the NFL. So, and he's in 7 different Hall of Fames as a coach. So that should tell you something. Wow. And one of his best players was Timmy Newsome, who used to play for the Cowboys back in the day. Ooh. So we see, when I say check out the interview, y'all, man, check out the Birdcage LLC. We got interviews for you too for days. So
that's amazing. That's good work, bro. Good work.
No, we appreciate you letting us come on, because I've watched your show and I love the fact that you guys don't sugarcoat shit. Y'all keep it 100.
Yeah, got to, man. Just wish the crew could have came on too, man. That would have been dope.
Against the wall, man, because that's what it's about, man. You have to think about these different scenarios, because football, boy, football
is constantly changing, man.
Always.
So you just got to always
because I'll say this because y'all talking about football is constantly changing. Here's the thing. The only thing that changes is pretty much these schemes. Players are it's pretty much simple. Run, tackle, pass, block. Simple fundamentals. The only thing that changes is the schemes and the way that you put guys into positions to use their talents.
Yeah,
and here's the sad part.
Some guys are generational than others.
And this is what we say all the time. History always repeats itself. I said that. I know.
And I was reading that comment. I was like, and here's the sad part. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's been Falcons fans forever, like us. The problem outside of Rich McKay's old ass still being up there, he needs to just go ahead and focus on the soccer club.
Shit.
I'm just being honest. Go ahead. This is my thing. This is what I've been saying. Terry got your book straight. He got everything squared away. Yeah. Let him handle the financial side of things, but you move him up into the president spot where McKay is. Let him do the financial
I said that
Go
3 weeks
get
ago.
Lewis Reddick and bring him in as your GM because
I
not
wanted
only
Lewis
is he a
Reddick.
Player. Say again?
I wanted Lewis Reddick.
No, I'm saying this is what you can do. If you want to make changes from top to bottom, this is how you do it. You get rid of Rich McKay. You bring in Lewis Reddick. You go get you the first thing you do is go get you a coach. Like we said, those coaches. Then you go find you a good offensive coordinator and go look for the next up and coming hot quarterback coach. But the other thing you need to fix, your scouting department. Stop just looking at ESPN for players. Start getting off your ass and go out here to these schools and start looking with your eyes. I get that we have technology. That's the beautiful part about it. But here's the thing. You have many schools that don't have those resources. Guess what? You know how some of the great players come into the league that came from those small schools like Charles Haley? Hell, Bill Walsh would look around and find guys.
Yep.
John Taylor came out of Delaware State. Was one of the best. Delaware State.
But just go back to the 1970s and think about go back to the 1970s and think about all the great players that came from HBCU schools.
Yep.
Go back to the 60s because you got a Hall of Famer in Claude Humphrey, who was in our franchise.
Tennessee State.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
I love it, man. This is great shit, man.
And think about it, man. Think about it. Think about
awesome.
But think about the Hall of Famers that came from black schools, man. I'm saying the
Walter
word black.
You got Walter Payton, Robert
Jerry
Brazil.
Rice. Yeah. Aeneas Williams.
You got Ken Houston. You got a guy. Now, what pisses me off is this. Shout out to my guy Damian Mitchell. That's one of my guys or whatnot. So if any of you were born around the 70s or 80s or early 80s and you were starting to become a Falcons fan, Damian Mitchell's dad is the legendary tight end. The first unicorn that we ever had at tight end was Jim Mitchell. He's sixth in receiving yards. He's pretty much, he scored the Falcons' first touchdown in a playoff game versus Philly that we won. He scored the first touchdown. This man is still not even in the Ring of Honor right now. And we're trying to get this.
We had that conversation.
These folks are here. Here's my thing. You got your Kyle Pitts or whatnot.
Yeah.
Let's keep this right. You had your Kyle Pitts. In him, he was the unicorn because guess what? They weren't using tight end. They were using him as a weapon like they do now. Because guess what? The offensive line was trash, and they had to have somebody to go catch the ball.
Here we go. I knew it was coming.
Being the next 49ers and Cowboys, etc.
I knew it
was
coming.
Quarterback away
well,
from
we didn't say we was a dumpster fire. We already said earlier we were like a piece or two away, a coach or two.
I said that,
I said we were pieces away, man.
Yeah, I said the Falcons are a quick fix, man. You get you a QB, and this thing can get rolling in the right direction, man.
Come on, dog. Yeah. And you sitting there saying that you got a guy. Here's the thing: we hustling backwards right now. You had the Smiths that weren't trying to pay a damn dime, a red cent back in the day. And now you got Arthur Blank who don't mind wasting money. If you're going to waste money, let's waste it on guys that's going to be worth a damn. That's going to win for us when it counts. Not just bullshit games. Come on, man.
Yeah. Let's not trade for guys like Ray Edwards again. Stuff.
Thank you.
Golly, man, not him.
Oh, gosh. I still have nightmares about that.
Yeah, what you got, man?
So now we were talking about the guys that come up from the smaller schools that have become Hall of Famers and doing stuff like that. Now, when we talk about the bigger schools, I still don't even think they pay attention to a lot of the guys. Now, Do you think if we actually were able to build this offensive line, because let's be real, Caleb McGarry is as easy as a New York turnstile when you're trying to catch the L train up to Harlem. It's just being real. He lets you get through.
But see,
do you feel
I'm
and Matthews is a little long in the tooth. He's been consistent. Now I'm not gonna say nothing negative about him because he, availability is the best ability, but he's starting to make too many mistakes now. Do you revamp certain positions on this offensive line in this draft?
100%.
Yes, absolutely.
Ryan, I already said it.
Absolutely.
I even said with the idea of flopping Jake Matthews, which is now getting a little bit longer in the tooth. He's starting to get a little ragdoll on the left side, man. As we saw against that Chicago Bears game, he got pushed back a couple times, man. But putting him maybe on the right side, his natural position from Texas A&M, where the right side predominantly doesn't see the dominant pass rusher in a lot of these schemes. Only few schemes have two household pass rushers. You put Jake Matthews on that side, and you could probably draft a Joe Alt if that's the direction we go, or the young man from
Bergeron.
I think Bergeron, you got to keep Bergeron away from that now.
I think
you got to
Bergeron
keep
in
him
perfect
because
position.
whoever's going to be at quarterback, you need that interior protection. And right now, Lindstrom and Bergeron are going to provide that. I would not.
I totally agree.
I would not mess with that. I would just.
And I'm telling you,
yeah.
And
that's another reason that they may take a look at that.
Yeah,
I talked to one of my buddies the other day, man, and we just sitting by talking, and I was in Ghost Up. I think he gonna be a wall in the NFL. He actually supposed to came out last year.
Yeah, he did.
But Evan Neal, they've been talking about him so bad in New York about what he's not doing, and they think it was a mistake to take him that high. He's inconsistent. You put Evan Neal on the offensive line that loves to run the football. Evan Neal will be an all-pro. See, the thing with the Giants, they're inconsistent with what they're doing with their schemes. That is why he's not succeeding in New York. So if he's available this offseason, I'm Atlanta Falcons. Y'all call New York. If they want a third-round pick for him, y'all go get it. Because guess what? If you go get him for a third-round pick, that's one pick you ain't got to worry about. That's a plug-and-play starter day one. So if y'all want to do that, see, you've got to, think around.
So many possibilities this offseason, y'all. My goodness, so much you could possibly do.
But here's the thing. I'm gonna address the elephant. I'm gonna address the elephant in the room because
hey, hold on. Let me get my peanuts.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and get the peanuts, bro. I'm getting ready. Look,
I got it right here on the table.
I ain't coming for no foolishness.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna say it again for you.
I ain't coming for no foolishness.
I'm telling you. But here's my thing. If we're gonna sit back and here's my thing. If we're gonna sit back and talk about, everybody talks about the quarterback, ladies and gentlemen, you have to address what's in front of him because it doesn't matter who the hell you bring up in here because he's gonna be running for his life. Here's one of the issues that we've had: turnovers this year. Guess what? We've been fumbling the ball with snaps. We need a center. Nobody wants to talk about this. Now I'm just giving you nobody wants to talk about this. Dahlman is not a center. Dahlman is a guard. Let me make sure I put that he's out of position. If you play hen dog at guard, 6'3", 300 pounds, he's very quick at the point of attack and he fills the hole and he can take out a linebacker. That's one thing he's good at is run blocking. But snapping the ball is a little bit too much responsibility for him. So if you're going to draft someone, draft out of your own backyard, go ahead and get, and this is the first time I'm going to say this. Yeah, it's a homer sound, but I don't care. It's a homer pick. Go get Cedric Von Prime Granger. Get that big center out of Georgia. Or if you don't get him, you go to Iowa because you know you're going to get a sturdy offensive lineman out of Iowa at the center position and go to Wisconsin. And go to Wisconsin.
Because Jonathan Babineau played here 12 years and he was just fine.
Exactly. So I'm just saying, you've got to address that.
What y'all think they're gonna do with Matt Hennessy? If anything?
Before you even go into that, I'm with you, Ryan. I mentioned this in October when I started Bleacher Report, and then I drew an assignment where I had to come up with some free agent targets. One name that is maybe going to be popular in this offseason is linked to a quarterback that's currently there now. You talk about Drew Dalman, right? I'll do a Lloyd Cushenberry and a Russell Wilson pairing possibly here in Atlanta. Now it's just based off rumors.
No, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna want to bring a center that possibly has a working relationship, let's say, with the QB. But even if Russ doesn't make it here, Lloyd Cushenberry has been damn near decent in the NFL and has held up pretty good. And I think he'll probably anchor a little bit better than what Dahlman is offering right now. And when I see yep,
even though he's ranked at the top 3, here's the thing. Even though he's ranked at the top 3, let's look at the fact that we've turned over the ball too much. Regardless of that grade, really you got to look at, okay, how many times are you willing to give up chances?
To the Tampa Bay game.
Just go exactly. Back to how many times are you willing to give up? How many times are you willing to give up possessions? The name of the game is possessing the ball for the longest and making the least mistakes. Indeed. All I'm saying is this. Shannon Sharp said it. Freaking Chad Ochocinco has said it. I mean, you go to many different podcasts, you hear legendary players talking about
and Jeremy Fowler pushing it more than anybody.
I'm telling
Jeremy Fowler is pushing it more than anybody. But go ahead.
Now, here's the other thing, big dog. You got to also address the special teams aspect of this game. Now, we keep talking about offense and defense. Let's talk about the part of the game that's not sexy to most fans. You need another field goal kicker because Cool is missing too much.
Oh man,
Cool was hurt this year. I get it, but here's the thing: when you're on the field, hurt or not, guess what? You got it. You play with it. No excuses.
But just think about how many field goal attempts he's had the last 3 years.
And
that's just catching up.
And here's the other thing, right? And the other thing we need is a punter. Because I'm just saying it's too much.
We just paid Bradley Pena though. That's the problem.
Yeah, we did.
We just paid him.
No, here's the thing. When you talk about Bradley Pena, when he's hot, he's hot. When he's not, he's colder than a witch's titty in a leather bra. Just being honest. I heard that one before. That's my military days coming out, big dog. No. And here's the thing that hurt. And here's the thing that really hurt us this year. Losing Avery Williams in the offseason when he busted his knee, that took away from our return game. I know D'Offer's done a great job filling in, but Avery Williams is a guy that could just spark you. He knows when to run, when to let it go, when to catch it. Doesn't make many mistakes.
I do agree with that. I hated it when I seen that he tore his ACL. I said, not Avery. That's our special team. And that hurt. We did have to go find somebody. I mean, and I do like D back there, but you can't take away. I mean, Avery was a Pro Bowler because of special teams. So it's just, come on, man. It's just.
Or you can bring, this man. Hold on. Or you can bring this man back. You know, I normally don't share this outside of the house because normally I play this in my house, but I'm gonna play it for you. This is just
I built this and this is my house. I don't care if I'm with the Falcons or not. This is my house and this will always be my house.
You know who that is.
No, I do.
Because I don't know why you looking surprised.
Oh yeah, we know who that is. I know who it is. It's Dion.
Listen,
you know I know.
I would just bring him in to put asses in seats. I'm just joking about that. But he don't want to coach in the NFL. I'm just joking about that. But truthfully, there are so many great candidates out here. The question is our front office going to continue?
I keep hearing people say that, but
talent.
I keep hearing people say that, but
I was just joking. I was just joking. Go stuff. I'm just clowning right now. Money, right? Dion. Now I'm not saying he got to come in. Yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
Now, here's my thing. All I'm saying is this: if we have so many different, here's the thing. If you're going to draft, I get we need a quarterback. The things that you draft in the first round, this is just how it goes. You either get your franchise quarterback, or and if you pay attention to how Dallas did it and you look at some of the great teams that's around, you draft your linemen, you draft your offensive lineman and your defensive lineman in the first and second round, just like you do your quarterback, because you've got to have your cornerstones to be able to carry this franchise one way or another.
And that's true in most aspects. That is absolutely true. But we found Grady in the 5th round, and I think we can still find another defensive tackle in the 5th round. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I know I've called out all these names. I called out all these names, but Javondre Sweat from Texas, I scouted him last year before he decided to go back to school. If the Falcons get a guy like that in the 2nd round, which I know he's probably not going to last that long, but if they can get a guy like that in the 2nd round, I think he would be the perfect counter to Grady Jarrett, and I think that would make Grady Jarrett expendable and save Falcon fans money. And I know y'all don't want to hear it, but that's why I tell y'all not to fall in love with players, because business is business. If we have to cut Grady Jarrett to save money and to save money and bring in more younger guys and more help, you got to do what you got to do, man. You got to. And I love Grady Jarrett just like the next guy. So,
and
I'm just always
I saw somebody say
business.
Caleb Williams. I saw somebody say Caleb Williams. I'm gonna tell you this here: keep his immature monkey ass away from Atlanta, please. This dude is a locker room cancer. Because here's my thing:
a lot of reports about that.
Here's my thing, and a lot of people want to try to protect his status. I'm gonna call it for what it is, man, because I studied college ball too, just like my man Smitty. We talk about this. Caleb Williams has all the physical gifts in the world, has them. The problem is the mental aspect of it. He is not, he's not smart at all. When I say not smart, I'm talking about how you handle the media. You need to understand you don't want to put a target on your back. You're sitting here doing things that are outlandish. Here's my thing. Bro, your talent gonna speak for itself. You can have the flash and pizzazz. Now, I ain't with all the painted nails. That's something the young bucks like to do. That's his thing. But here's my thing. He can ball, but keep him away from Atlanta because he's not mature and he's not willing to take hard coaching, because his daddy is the reason of that. His daddy is the reason why he's like that. So if you was to get and I for some reason I got a feeling that the Falcons would pull a dumb move like that and bring him here. And he I know you're saying that, but just think about it. Look at all the moves that we've made. Just saying, look at the track record that we've made so far.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me that they would pass up on field generals who are actually mature. Who
Drake made
it
to me. And what's crazy, and I'm gonna say this, and whoever been following me, they know. When Justin Herbert fell in the draft up under Tua Tagovailoa, I said it on live. I said that is probably the biggest mistake Miami is going to ever make. Now, Tua has came back around after the concussions, and he's found his tune with Tyreek Hill and those guys. But you look at Justin Herbert in the right offense with a lot of weapons, and he has those in Los Angeles. But guess what? He don't have no one to coach him. Same thing with what's going on here. So you go out and get a Drake May who has the same exact skill set as Justin Herbert, length, strong arm, accurate, and that's your quarterback for the future. And I don't care what we got to do to go on the board and get him. And I'm gonna stick to that.
But do you guys
but
really
Herbert was never coached
office to make that move, y'all?
Like, but Herbert was never coached though. Think about it. Look who he had as a head coach when he was in Oregon.
Right.
You got the same guy that's down in Miami right now that had a game 1 versus Georgia Tech, and you freaking lose the game within 40 seconds. You did the same exact thing that you did in Oregon, and you got a guy like Herbert that has talent, but he was never coached.
Yeah, I don't think Drake May gonna be there. I don't see us moving up to go get him. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Or if that comes down, I don't see us moving up to go get him.
Man, with everything coming out, man, I think Caleb Williams probably drops a little bit in this draft, and it ain't because of playing. I think it's more because of.
But I don't want
locker room. I know I don't either. But locker room presence and all these things is probably going to doom his draft status, man.
I'm telling you, if Michael Penix comes out, man, have another showing like he did last night, he moving all the way up.
He moving up that board. I know
he got injuries last night. I know he got injuries, ACLs and all that. But Frank Gore played 17 years with 2 torn ACLs. So that's not
he win that natty. And another guy was Thomas Davis, who played with 3.
Right. From Georgia, right.
Thomas Davis was a linebacker and played with 3. Right. So
sideline to sideline linebacker, man.
Here's another guy that you might want to look at. If we need a quarterback this year, but we don't know. I think he's gonna come back this year for Texas. Quinn Ewers is a guy that you got to look at. He matured. He, when he had that mullet looking like Joe Dirt, he was immature. But
Joe
when he cut it,
His ball placement has gotten a whole lot better.
And his attitude has gotten better too.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, that's true. Good point.
But he going back to school. He already said it. He going back.
And that hurt my feelings because I was thinking, I said, look, since the Falcons ain't gonna bring, and I'm gonna keep it a buck, they're not gonna bring quarterbacks that's brothers. They look like us. They gonna bring El DeBosch type of brothers like Birdo.
We ain't even got to speak on.
I'm gonna say it. This is my first time on here, dog.
Hey, guys.
I ain't coming for no food.
I told you, dog. I'm coming to get it today.
I love it, man.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is this. The problem is this. Arthur Blank is like a scorned lover right now. He still is. And I hate to say it, but let's be real. Arthur Blank has been scorned by Michael Vick. And he'll never, and if he's not going to say it publicly, but you see how he's moved. Hell, you had a Lamar Jackson, you know what I'm saying, who fits the culture of Atlanta. You also have to look at what you're bringing in. Atlanta is a predominantly African-American city. It's been like that for a long time. And when you look at the culture, anybody that's been around the city, man, let's be real. Matt Ryan is a guy, no disrespect to him because he did his thing while he was here. But Matt Ryan was a guy that was a Gwinnett County type of guy, a freaking Marietta type of guy. He was out in the country, out in Swanee and doing that type of stuff.
Right.
You don't have a guy. You got a guy like Lamar Jackson in the offseason that goes back where he's from, Palm Beach County, right in the hood, working out with the high school kids that's there. He's working. He's doing his summer training there. He's buying kids in the neighborhood ice cream. You have to understand. Arthur Blank, and this is me telling you this because I know this is on Bleacher Report, and I'm going to say this straightforward. My name is Ryan Walker, a.k.a. The Historian. You need to understand. Start connecting with your community. We're not talking about the people that have black cars that spend money that drive Rolls Royces. Most of your fans are the people who are working 2 and 3 shifts to get tickets to watch a ball game. You got individuals. You got people who sit there and spend. Thank you. You got people that spend their EBT on their EBT cards to get barbecue for my pork lovers. You know what I'm saying? Crab legs and things like that for a Sunday just to watch the Falcons. You got to start connecting with these folks and bring somebody in here that's not only going to win games, but connect with this community. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right.
Definitely. I'm just saying,
bro.
That's what it's about, man.
DA, man. DA always bring the truth, man. Shout out to DA.
That's me. No, I'm sorry. That's me. No, I'm sorry. He's not. I'm sorry. He's from Broward. I'm sorry. My bad. Not Broward. He's from Pompano Beach. My bad. Broward County.
Right.
I always get that messed up. So that's on me.
And I think we got in Pompano.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, DA said it best, and he can agree with Ryan. He said Arthur Blank knows people still mad about Michael Vick dog fighting.
No, wait a minute, King. Wait a minute.
Try to get Deshaun Watson, who was the ball boy.
Deshaun Watson was a freaking leverage move. I can tell if you want truth, go to the Birdcage LLC, check out the interview with Myles Garrett. He definitely talked about that and also Justin Fields. That was a leverage move, dog. So if you don't believe that, you got a guy who came to my podcast with the Magnificent Birdcage crew that broke this thing down and actually said the Falcons knew they weren't getting him. Yeah, he was in the office. Anybody can whine and dine, man. He knew he was going to try to go to Cleveland because they were already stacked. He comes to Atlanta. He was not. He was not.
Even though it was guys that reportedly saying that they would come to Atlanta.
Exactly.
And even though Atlanta was one of the finalists.
Yeah,
I would have been interested to see how that shit would have happened because that was our first year in Cap Hell under. It would have been
interesting. There's reports out there that said it was a deal in place.
That would, and I bet Greg Jerry was going to be part of that deal. I bet you.
We don't know, and we probably never know at this point.
Oh, I'm telling you, they would have had to trade one of those top guys with that money. With Cap Hill, you got to get rid of money to get money. Come on now.
Poor Ritter.
Oh, Lord. Hey, Beasley said no one's gonna top Matt Ryan. The Falcons go. If they win a Super Bowl, they will.
That's really the only thing they got.
I'm just saying that's the only way that they can top him. Now that's he's gonna go to the Hall.
Matt Ryan, bring a bowl ring to Atlanta.
Yeah, and to be honest, that's Matt Ryan's fault. Because he should have took control of that game quarterback wise.
100%.
So that's what happens when you have a company man.
Right.
Yes, man.
A
There
robot.
it is.
A robot.
Yes,
That's
man.
what they
Yes,
call
sir.
it.
That's
Robot.
what, no. Not a robot, a yes man or a company man or an ass kisser. We know plenty of
Yeah.
those.
Company man.
Yeah.
We know Matt's a company man. We knew that anyway.
Now,
We
as an
know what the
offensive
hell that should have
coordinator,
been. Ooh.
now a lot of
That's
people
all
are
it-
saying that he should be the OC for us. I'm like,
I'll front on that one. Not yet.
You said,
yeah.
hold on, what? I missed it.
Yeah.
My bad. You said
Somebody
I-
said Ryan should be our OC.
You know who I
call
did
Brady-
before them?
I call Brady for that.
I'll
I'd fucking
take
hire
quarterback,
Ricardo
coach,
Allen
and
before him.
nothing more.
And Ricardo Allen's been in
If
the
you
trenches,
just want to go that route.
in the offensive schemes. Shit.
Uncle Steve at it again.
There he is.
Shout out to Uncle Steve, man. Go check out Uncle Steve on Uncle Steve Lounge, man. Every Monday minutia, man. Y'all check him out on Fridays. He give y'all his Friday brunch and his picks for the week. And he's always supporting the 95 North Sports Machine. And he's been a great friend through all of this. And he'll tell y'all too, Smitty is a genius. Because I said what was gonna happen to Justin Fields last year. But Unc say yeah, but y'all might want to check the record of community outreach from Arthur Blank. Some of that Arthur isn't true and didn't Blank entertain Watson with all the drama around him?
That's what I was saying as well too. But
He entertained it, but he didn't take it serious. You can have a conversation with. It's just like a woman at the bar. You can have a conversation with baby girl, but if them numbers not in their cell phone or whatnot, and she ain't calling, it is what it is. It's a mute point. It's pretty much a fishtail.
Yep, done played you for that drink.
Exactly. She done got the drink. Exactly. Just like Deshaun Watson. He got that drink off of us, and he went to Cleveland and got his money.
That's true.
That's true.
So I mean, either way, even if he entertained it, he didn't come through with it. So entertaining means nothing if you don't come through with it. We didn't sign a deal.
Yeah.
I mean that's facts. I just know that Cleveland, their ass was eliminated before they came back with that crazy deal, though.
But they was already built to win a Super Bowl. They had the team already there.
They still had to give him a full 230, something that we wasn't going to give him because we didn't have it.
Crazy part is they could still win the Super Bowl with Joe Flacco. Think about it.
Right. And that's the crazy thing. Now imagine them moving on in the playoffs with Joe Flacco.
No one said Arthur Blank hates blacks, man. No one said that. No, what I said was, and I will clarify that again for you. I said he won't go after guys that look like us because he was burned the first time. That is not me saying that Arthur Blank hates blacks. Where did you go off and get that from? Come on, if you're gonna quote me, dog, quote me right, please.
I ain't coming from no foolishness.
You on YouTube, that's gonna happen. You on YouTube, that's gonna happen. So
I'm laughing. I know, I know this, but I'm just saying, like, I never said he hated blacks, though. I never said that.
And I've said on the show, and Alberto and Chris will tell you, Chris and Alberto will tell you, I've said that 1,000,000 times. Michael Vick made it bad for everybody, and that's not
exactly.
Enough.
I mean, the Elder Bodge brothers getting by,
and I still say to this day, and I
you got Jesse Bates in the secondary that's got the money. They went with Desmond Turnover Ritter, DTD. You know what I'm saying? My man called him dual threat Des, but I call him dual threat turnover man. But
man, listen. And that right there too. But man,
no bullshit. I tell you, boy.
Them doggone naysayers.
Naysayers.
Oh man, that was the funniest shit I've heard, man.
Hey, Pat McAfee out of control.
Pat McAfee had some balls to say that, man. Like, I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
Did you see how Joe Galloway looked at him and how
Desmond looked at him at the end? He's like, I thought it was
because they know what he was really trying to say.
Lord.
They know.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
They would right to look at him that way.
You know what I'm saying?
You
basically, historian, I believe what you were trying to say is they don't come get brothers like us. They go and get Felipe Franks. They go and get, Desmond Ritter.
I said it exactly.
You're going to end up on
Berto was drafted.
Hey, look, man.
Berto was
going to end up on
shit
for talking about fucking Felipe Franks, bro. I don't care what you say, God damn it. Oh man.
Boy, y'all ain't right.
Y'all
ain't right.
I can't
Felipe,
take that no
come
way,
on,
y'all.
man.
I told y'all this.
Felipe Franks, out of all people.
Facts.
You know that's an Arthur Smith. You know that's an Arthur Smith guy. Oh, he tries very hard. We got him on the special team.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that's that positionless football.
Oh yeah. Man, fuck positionless football. That's what doomed us from the beginning. Fuck that, man.
If it was positionless
all that
football,
bullshit, all that bullshit got us where we are right now. You got a head coach that can't fucking football, he doesn't know his left from his right.
Why the hell is Cordero Patterson upset right now?
Yeah. You talk about the joke of position. He was the fucking joke. And he was the joke.
Let's keep it real.
Because he
hey,
wasn't
man,
used at
I'm not
all,
gonna
man.
lie. And CP is a class act, I will say. And
Big
shout
time.
out to CP, man. Like he's just when he just sees a fan, it just comes out of him. He's gonna speak to you, he's gonna interact with you. Shoot, at the end of the game, when we beat the Colts, I was close right there by CP. I just told him, hey man, great win. Dapped me up, you know what I'm saying, gave me a little pat on the back and everything before he went to the locker room. That's just how that man is. And for him, you know, to not be happy to be underutilized, we knew it was going to be some touches taken away from him when we drafted Bijan. We knew it was going to be like that, but we didn't know it was going to be to
Felipe to go
because he's not being used at all.
Yeah, and you think about it, man. Dre, this is exactly what we saying. Arthur Blank doesn't hate black people. Cut it out. Arthur was highly upset with Mike Vick because of him and that involvement in the dog fight. He loved that man. So and y'all think about it. Arthur Blank,
why he hadn't brought anybody back in the
did
position
love
that
Vick.
looked like.
But think about it though.
Did.
When Michael Vick was hurt with that broken leg, who was pushing him around in the wheelchair?
He did. But what happened after Michael Vick lied to him?
I mean, do you like being lied to?
Let's be real on that.
He still should have.
I'm being real. Do you like being lied to?
No, but think about this though. Think about this.
That has nothing to do with anybody else who's coming along the line.
I understand that, but
I feel that.
Arthur Blank still should have stood behind that man because Ben Roethlisberger was out here groping women and doing what he wanted to do, but the Pittsburgh still stood behind him. And he was in a motorcycle accident, and they still stood behind him.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know what GG got going on, man. I don't know what what Gas Man got going on.
Hold up, I had to black the screen up, man. I don't need y'all seeing me my head, man.
Shit.
I love the chat. I absolutely love the chat, boy. You guys,
y'all out of control.
Y'all just don't know how much y'all.
Hey, man, as we promised, let's go and do this Saint Falcon preview. Then we're gonna open the chat for a minute because we promised y'all that we haven't done it. And I like to stick to my word. So let's go and do the Falcons Saint preview right quick. Y'all tell me on offense and defense what the Falcons need to do to win this game.
Run the ball. Run the doggone ball. I don't know why we won't run the ball. Like consistently, just run the ball. That's what we got to do. Run the ball, y'all. I mean, we're going against a team that is not top 10 or top 15 in rushing. You know, so on defense, they're giving up 122 and a half yards per game. Run the freaking ball more than 24 times. And with 4 or 5 of those being from Taylor Heineke. So it's just run the ball, y'all. I'm sorry. Offense for me, run the ball to set up the pass, something that the Falcons have always been this season successful in. That's what it is for me, man. Run the ball right down their throat.
And I add on to that right quick.
They're the Saints. They deserve a punch in the face.
I add on that right quick, man. Do what you did first game. Force turnovers. Force Derek Carr to make turnovers. You know, Jesse Bates gonna do what he do. And that's gonna be a tough game. And get out to the quarterback is another one. So just have a solid game defensively by forcing turnovers and getting sacks. And I called 40 sacks at the beginning of the season, so y'all don't let me down.
Yeah,
do not let me down. Go on and hit number 40.
True.
Go on and hit number 40.
52.
No, we ain't gonna get to 52, but we'll get to 40, I think. But
right now, man.
Play strong.
Still not bad though. That's
I think Kyle Pitts at the last game of the year breaks the 100-yard mark. First time in 2 years.
Ooh, boy,
if he stretches his hands out.
That's true too.
When the ball is close, I promise you, he probably will.
I hope so, man. But I think Arthur Smith is probably gonna try to call his best game to try to make a last-minute salvage of his job.
Right there.
So I expect him to air the ball out, man.
Man, he can't sound. Man, he can't salvage this.
Oh, he can't, but he's gonna try. You know, he's gonna try and show, hey guys, I still got it. But even though we already know the writing's already on the wall, but
I still got it.
He's
like
he's
he
gonna do
a
something.
like he a 45, 50-year-old lady.
No,
I still got it.
He can't salvage this. It's just like going to a picnic. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I ain't even saying picnic because that's the wrong term. Let me go ahead and change that. It's like Arthur Smith going to a barbecue, showing up with that potato salad with raisins in it, dog.
Man, you come up with
raisins and paprika, dog. Let's keep that right.
No,
I'm just saying. You gonna get kicked out of my house with that. I'm just saying.
What's up, Berto? Arthur Smith has had all of the ingredients to really have a great running game this year. Period. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He's had Mac Hollis, who's he's underutilizing.
He's a special teamer now. He's a special teamer.
And it's sad because that dude right there brought attitude on there. He brought a defensive swagger to the offensive side of the ball, just like CP. And when we're looking at Robinson, look,
it's going in. And
you're trying to make Bijan Robinson really look
Go ahead. You good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're trying to make Bijan Robinson look like you're trying to make yourself look like a genius when you made that pick. And it's like, look, you had 1,000-yard rusher in Tyler Algier who broke William Andrews' record.
Thank you.
With, I mean, and I'm just saying this with less carries than William Andrews had, and he also was sharing the ball with 4 other guys. Because remember, Damian Williams got hurt. He had 4 running backs he was sharing with. So I'm looking at it like this. You go away from the hot hand, period. You know what I'm saying? You go away from the hot hand and put Bijan in there. Last game should have been body blow, body blow, body blow. Then you put Bijan in to take you out with the speed.
Yeah, 100%.
And with those 3 running backs,
it's got to be like that too.
You can use
and with those 3 running backs, why the hell is you still passing shotgun inside the 5-yard line?
Exactly. Right. Or if you're going to pass with inside the red zone, why aren't we seeing Jonnu Smith and Kyle Pitts and Drake London lined up?
Drake London.
I mean, and lined up in different formations to where it's hard for a defense to get them. Or you put little Scotty Miller in there.
See him all.
I'm just saying, and you put little Scotty Miller in there, and you put him in a spot where he could use his speed.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is,
man, Scotty,
it's a shame we got all these weapons and we can't score points in the red zone.
Not at all, man.
Hey, so real quick, Kyle Pitts, our beloved tight end, drafted at number 4. He is 6'6", 247, guys. You know, he's supposed to be that unicorn and everything like that. At the beginning of the season, I said this man would have 735 yards for the entire season.
And where he at now?
In order to get 735 yards, this man needs 95 yards, and he also needs 3 touchdowns in order to get my prediction total. That basically, in the beginning, I was saying in the beginning of the season, he would be underutilized, and it has come to fruition here. This man isn't even this man will be lucky if he crosses 700 yards this season. He's at 640 right now.
And there's a 4th
game.
That's a 4th pick too.
And with games with him getting 1 reception for 5 yards, 3 receptions for 49, I'm just saying that man is in danger of not even reaching 700 yards.
Scotty too high. That's a wrestling name I heard in a long time. X Factors right quick, and then we'll do the prediction, and then we'll open the chat for about 10 minutes.
What you got, Ron?
Let's see. You want offense or defense?
That's up to you.
It's up to you.
Okay, I give you both. My X factor on the offensive side, I said it a while ago, Tyler Algier. That is the guy that's the X factor to me, because if we're going to win this game in New Orleans, you know, you can't trust your quarterbacks because they throw it in harm's way. Guess what? Feed the beast. You feed Tonka Truck 25. You go ahead and let that man run wild. Defensively, it's no surprise, ladies and gentlemen. Jesse Bates is going to be my X factor. AJ Terrell's going to be the liability because he's been getting burnt like some honey baked toast that's been left in the toaster a little too long. I'm sorry if I pissed off some of the folks that love the Ben Hill Tigers, my old neighborhood over there in Swatch. You know what's happening. But hey,
Oh, damn.
all I'm saying is this here: AJ is a liability on Sunday. Sorry.
That's
I'm gonna go with on offense. I'm gonna go with Jake Matthews, and let's see if you can rebound from that atrocious performance you put up against the Bears. Because
he looked like a rookie.
Who knows, man? This is the last game, and there's some business decisions to be made at the end of the year. He could be a part of that. So that's my X factor for.
I don't know because his dead cap paid next year $23 million. So
Man, there's something can happen. This team ain't afraid to make moves. This team they're not afraid to make those tough decisions. We've already seen them do it in the past. If he could,
that's true.
You know what I mean. If some team comes knocking on the door, say, hey, we'll give you a fourth or a fifth, whatever. You got to entertain it. And it's a tackle-driven draft from the looks of it, and sure we could probably find the future there. And for defense,
I agree.
I
agree with. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, for defense, I'll go Nate Landman, man. Let's see how you can end this season, man. You know, you were a diamond in the rough for this squad, man. If it wasn't for for Troy Anderson's injury, we wouldn't have known, you know, the capabilities of Nate Landman. So proud of what he's done, man. He's been a joy to watch at the linebacker position. So let's see how you end this year. So Nate Landman is my X factor for this game Sunday.
That's interesting, man. You were close to my X factor. My X factor is Caden Ellis. Caden Ellis against your former team. You had a great first game. Now it's time to go down there to the swamp, help lead this defense, especially the linebacking core with your brother, who I love so much, Nate Landman, and go out there and ball. He's been balling the last three games. And I expect you to finish off the season strong. So my linebacker core, especially Caden Ellis, that's my X factor on defense. And on offense, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, Ryan kind of took my guy, man. So I was trying to piece together another one, man. but honestly, man, I'm gonna go with I'm not even too sure about the status of Caleb McGarry, but you know what I'm saying? Basically just that right side though. I want that right side to give me a complete game. And when we run to that right side, I want y'all to run over who's in front of you so we can get to that right side, because that's our best side. But teams know that. But, hey, we still got to do some of our best plays. Just don't do the same plays over and over again. Run the ball, switch it up, you know what I'm saying, mix it up, but don't go away from the principle. Punch these guys in the mouth, just like what Ryan said with Tyler Algiers. He's a very capable back between the tackles on the outside, and of course he can catch. So you got to use him, give them a dose of Bajan, give them a dose of everybody. This is possibly the last game of the season. Use your skill players, man. Use your skill players.
Yeah, and I disagree with Jesse Bates.
Wait a minute.
DJ Moore kid with DJ's son last week. Let's be real. DJ Moore with the right quarterback on the right team, he's a top 10 receiver in the league. Let's keep it real.
No, I was saying Hucklebuck asked me what I knew about Barge Road, man. Yo, I know about Barge Road, bro. You only 4.5 miles away from my old home, 5270 Daytona Drive Southwest. You know what's happening.
I know exactly where that is.
Yes, sir.
And my mom stayed right in front of the Barge Road Park and Ride, so I know about that area.
And here's the thing, your boy, the legendary God rest his soul, because there was a few people who lived back there back in the day. The legendary Claude Humphrey used to live behind our old house around that way, and that's why I was saying I'm a little, and also
love that old Atlanta baby.
Yeah, Sweet Lou Hudson that used to play for the Hawks. That was the Trey Younger back in the day. He stayed. He literally stayed in in our old neighborhood. So yeah, I'm all over there.
Right, man.
So hey,
yeah, man.
But right quick, man.
Oh, go ahead.
My X factor, right quick, man. I'm gonna just keep it short. Like I said, the pass rush got to get home, man. Force turnovers. So I'm gonna look at Bud Dupree, Caden Ellis, and those guys, and I'm also challenge Ryan Nielsen to be a little bit more deceptive this game. And it worked last time against New Orleans because they got a pick six, and they had about 4 sacks. So it worked last time. So like Berto said, stick to that game plan, man. Offensively, I'm gonna challenge Arthur Smith to get CP the ball. Since CP mad, let's see how mad he is. Let him run the ball in the red zone. Let him bust some heads. Cause
he have his best game. He always have his best games against New Orleans.
Sure does.
Right.
Especially when he pitched.
Because y'all remember 2 years ago, yeah, that key catch from Matt Ryan. So hey, it could be the same thing, but we will see, man. But yeah, CP is gonna be my one for offense and the Falcon pass rush for defense. My game prediction. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. 24-20 Saints.
24-20 Saints. Well,
I said it.
I'm going to go. Well, first and foremost, I'm gonna say my game predictions. No. Actually, I'm gonna go with. That's tough, Smitty. That's a good score right there. I'm going to go with 23-19 Atlanta. 23-19 Atlanta.
Shit.
Hey, he said
Right,
23-19. I'm gonna go ahead and say this, man.
So you mean tell me Cool gonna miss 2 extra points?
Damn it.
No, I actually believe.
Nah, man.
I ain't saying that at all.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this, man. I think it's gonna probably end up being 28-14 Falcons. I'm gonna give us a 2-touchdown lead in this.
Wow, you bold.
Yeah, I ain't. Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm fine with standing 10 toes down on this hill. But what I'm saying is this, bro. The reason I say that is because think about it. The defense got embarrassed last week. Embarrassed. And they getting ready to go up in a rivalry game against the team they beat, and they're gonna be pissed off about losing to Justin Fields and that offense. Literally, Chicago was like a mirror image of us, and we literally just got.
I said that before the game.
Yep.
Hey, I just say this, dog.
Wish that the offense could look like that.
Hey man, they took our draws last week, so all I'm saying is this:
Paul.
It's just, it's the truth. They walked up to us and just, walked up to us and just took it. They told us, hey, just go ahead and give up the cut it, dog. We ain't even sitting here playing with y'all. Just go ahead and get it up. So that's pretty much what it was. But the reason I say
Vaseline out the jar, just bring it on.
I'm just clacking.
What the hell is wrong with y'all tonight? Hey, it's 2024.
Smitty acting like Uncle Elroy.
Acting like Uncle Elroy.
Hey, to be honest, man, I don't give a damn what year it is. I'm still gonna be Smitty at the end of the day. You are.
I ain't gonna lie to you though.
That's why I say Smitty. Don't nobody be bullshitting like you.
No, but honestly though,
like Smitty now.
No, but the only reason why I say that is because the defense, I really believe like they're gonna put their best foot forward in this game because they were embarrassed. And they let Chicago run. They let Chicago run all over them last week.
And for that's why I'm going with 19-16 Falcons. It's gonna be short. 19.
Oh, so since somebody said Cool gonna miss 2 field goals, you think he gonna kick the winning field goal?
Why not? Please for him.
Look, I don't want that. That's why I said I'd rather have a 2-touchdown lead. I don't want to put that in his hands.
I honestly believe it ain't going. It's gonna be us getting the touchdown to go ahead of New Orleans to end up getting to that 23, so then Cool kicking the extra point or something like that. Yeah, that's what I believe. That's why I even say that score. I think we're going to win by 4 because we get a touchdown. Don't know who it's going to be from. Hopefully from one of our dynamic first rounders, but I'm hoping that it comes into fruition.
I love another pick 6.
Guys, I got to ask.
Another pick 6.
We've discussed so much wrong. We gonna discuss CP, don't discuss quarterbacks and all that stuff like that. I want to know though, y'all, what is the real definition of a late season collapse? Because I've been outside the Colts game, I've been seeing collapses all around. So I'm trying to figure out.
They collapsed against Minnesota.
Exactly. You're right, and we just see so many lapses and loss of the locker room. This with CP even coming out with this. I don't believe that CP is the only player feeling like this. He's just the only player that came out with it. So I'm just saying these don't qualify as late season collapse, late season loss of control, late season. That ain't DA.
That was just another excuse, Chris. Let's just keep it real.
What's going on, man?
Just another excuse.
What up, DA?
What's going on?
Hey man, what's going on, fella? First of all, I want to go back to something. Y'all. What's going on, Chris Birdo, man? Schmitty, man.
Bro?
On everybody, what's going on, my brother in the chat, man?
What's that?
Hey, I just want to say this, man. I'm gonna go back to something y'all said halfway through. I'm gonna be quick, man. Let's go back to that Super Bowl with the Falcons and the Saints, man. I think them folk pulled a Paul Crew on Matt Ryan at halftime, man. They went that Matt Ryan, man. We're gonna
what the fuck, man? All through.
And I'm gonna be honest, man. 5-point lead without turning the ball over until late in the game. And you go back to that last drive before overtime. Julio caught the ball inside the 40-yard line. Matt Bryant probably was good figure. Then we get a holding call. Then Devontae Freeman missed a 60 protection block. Knowing Hightower was the only hot man coming out the head. But he stepped up into the A gap, and Hightower was clearly showing blitz from the edge. But, man, make a long story short, man, I'm going to give y'all a bold prediction, right? We know this season went terrible, man. It wasn't supposed to go down like that. And I'm going to say contrary to something that Berto said on Sunday in the post-game show, in which I agreed with him, where he said, I don't want to see this team in the playoffs. Y'all, let's look at the situation. Now, I get it. Everything's been up and down. But, man, this is my bold prediction. Carolina Panthers are about to spoil the season for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday. It's going to be frigid cold up there. They're going to beat the Tampa. They looking to play spoiler. And I'm going to tell y'all something. That defense in Carolina gives them a chance to ruin the season. Y'all talk about late season collapses. I think the Carolina Panthers are going to spoil the season for Tampa Bay. Atlanta's going to beat New Orleans. We're going to be playing the wild card next weekend.
Hey, they ain't going to see it.
I know we don't want to see it.
You saying Baker Mayfield gonna fumble the bag?
Hey, no, you know what? I'm not even mad. Holmes just pretty much called my prediction right there because I said we was taking the game against the Saints.
Yep.
I already said that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say after we got embarrassed the way we did last week, you really don't think they want to win that?
Especially with that owner getting fined 30 bands.
Exactly.
Yeah, we gotta win this with the owner.
I'm crowning the Saints, dog. Hey, I need these Falcons to take their game here.
Hey, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I'm still spoiled by what Nick Foles did with the Philadelphia Eagles when they won a Super Bowl against Tom Brady. And I'm gonna say this: the season went terrible, but we all know as football fans, football guys, man, when you get into the postseason, throw all of that shit away. Throw all of it away. And like I said, I'm not saying we're going to go into the postseason and win, but me personally, man, spent 6 years, well, 8 years if you include the calendar year change from the past couple of days since we saw a postseason game. For me, I want to see, outside of the quarterback situation, we cannot say this team isn't deserving of this position based off what they were supposed to be. We know we can't go off what we're supposed to be, but guess what? It is what it is. Despite of all the letdowns, we still got an opportunity to host a playoff
game. Yep.
Yeah.
First time.
So, hey, but DA, you see that question right there? I ain't the only one that wants you to get a YouTube channel.
The one before
hey, I'm gonna start one, man. I told
you keep saying that, man. We tired of this
bullshitting, bro.
It's 2024. It's growing season, DA.
Hey guys, we gonna grow this year, man. We're gonna grow.
Time to grow, baby.
We're gonna grow this year. Look, man. I'm trying to tell y'all guys. Look, DA gonna start one. I gotta wait till the season over with, man. I'm still learning from you guys, man. I'm just trying to figure some stuff out.
Just be you, man. Just be you, bro.
Hey, Berto,
just be you because I'm ready to run through the wall right now.
I got shorts, man. Every time I try to go live, they say not done enough short videos. So,
yeah,
you
ain't gotta do all that, bro.
Hey,
be you,
man.
Hey, get Mafia right there.
Hey, I got to do something, man. Hey, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this though, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, you know, and everything is right, man. We know we need an OC. We know we need a head coach. And like I said in the post game show, you know, the biggest problem was, and I'm gonna be honest. This is I'm not. Forget the play calling. Forget the quarterback situation. No, we can't forget the quarterback situation because that's the biggest issue. Because when you look at the quarterback play. I mean, it kind of like look up and down and see. We know at some points it was Arthur Smith's play calling, but I think more of it was the quarterback play, especially dealing with Ritter. But I'm gonna say this: I just want to see this team play in the postseason. And like y'all talked about, they just went up there and got the snot beat out of them in the cold temperature, man. And I think the Saints are in trouble this week. And truth be told, I'm telling you guys, I'm calling it right now. And if the Falcons do this, I'm gonna go ahead and spend that check to go to the game next week, man.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, I've been
Hey,
saving McCollum
all
Smith.
thing I gotta tell you is give me a corn dog stick and I'm fine.
Hey, hold on. Hey, let me show y'all guys something real quick. Let me show y'all guys something real quick, man.
What you
Y'all
got?
gonna make me go to Molly B.
What you got?
Y'all better chill.
What you got?
I
What you
ain't
got?
bullshitting. Let me show y'all
What
guys.
you got? Hey man, hey, that's my word. That's trademark.
I've been saving these playoff dollars for 4 months now, man.
Okay.
I've been
Nothing
saving
wrong with that.
dollars, man.
Yes, sir.
But all I'm gonna say is, it ain't gonna roll over though. It ain't gonna roll over if they don't make it.
If they don't make it, then go pay Arthur Blank to fire Arthur Smith.
It ain't enough.
Hey, man, we just got to pull up on Arthur Smith and run them up out of town, man. But y'all be blessed, fellas, man. And to the
Appreciate
folks
you
on
having
that,
you
I'm gonna
on,
start
GA.
that channel, man. I gotta get with Smith on some stuff though.
Yeah, time.
Hey, you
Gotta
get
get up
love
on
from
that,
the chat, man. So it's your
Absolutely,
time, bro.
man.
Yes,
Got
It's
sir.
your
all
time.
right, man. Y'all be blessed, man.
You too, man.
Same
Be
to you,
safe.
brother.
No doubt.
Hey, man,
Appreciate you, man.
let's welcome Graybeard to the show, man. Graybeard, how you doing tonight?
Fella, man, what's going on with y'all, man? Y'all already know what it is, man. I got my brother
Oh
over
yeah, I
there, the
know what it is,
historian.
bro.
Yeah,
Got
I
the
know what it is,
historian
Great
over
Beard.
here.
I know.
Hey, man, I just want to say, man, I really, really enjoyed this channel, man. Y'all really, really got a dynamic and awesome show, man. I just want to step out and show y'all some love, man. I just want to give my prediction and my X factors real quick. I think
Go on and throw it out there.
I agree with Smitty, man. I think PP is gonna be an X factor on offense, man. I just think he played his back ball when he get the raggedy behind ain't. And I just think if Arthur Smith just actually do what he's supposed to do and just keep the hot hand, which we've been praying,
Right.
and just dig into the identity that we were supposed to establish last year, which is running the football, I think we'll be all right. But you know, I'll be 7 foot by tomorrow. So that's how much faith I got in Arthur Smith. So, but on the defensive side, my X factor is that defensive line. I think the defensive line have to, if they want to have a chance in the game, they have to wreck the car in Derek Carr. If you feel me. So I think AK 17 and all them boys really got to get after him and pressure him. You know, get off on third down, and for the offensive side, they got to convert third down. If we get that, hey, we got a shot. But I picked the score. I picked the score 2018 ain't just because hometown. You already know how it is. It's always an ugly game and whatever. So I just think
hard to beat
28.
the same team twice.
Yeah, it's very hard to beat them, especially with everything that's riding with a chance to go to the playoffs. Even though Carolina, I just don't see them beating Tampa.
Hey, Quicksand, jump back in. Quicksand, jump back in right quick.
Come on back in.
Come on back in right quick.
I just don't see Tampa losing unless freaking.
We'll see, man.
I mean, but we lost to
really hope they do.
a one-win team.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm praying for their downfall, though. I really
So
am.
anything can happen.
But yeah,
Go to church Sunday morning.
Y'all just make sure y'all tip the offering plate on Sunday, man.
Yeah, for real.
Hey,
but
I got a question for you though, Graybeard.
I'm serious.
Do you think CP will be force fed like they force fed Bijan that time?
Nope. Bijan still gonna be force fed. Okay. No, because Arthur Smith want to be right, even though
that's the problem.
That's
the problem. That's the problem. Yep. He got too much of the goddamn time.
He wants to be right, even though he's wrong. So therefore, he's still gonna force feed Bijan, even though I think
Rich kid complex.
Yeah, CP and Tonka Truck Algier need to be the phone. I can't. Tyler need to be starting. I mean, starting from the
listen.
Tyler is the engine to the running game, to the
100%.
offense.
100%.
But you already know
before, man. Former 1,000-yard back, and he was capable out the backfield. Love Bijan. Always gonna love Bijan because that's a dynamic back. But it's just Tyler is a and he breaks tackles. Do you realize how many tackles that Tyler breaks?
He like his story, he falls for it every time. He falls for it.
You love that in a running back.
Not at all.
I just one thing. I don't.
How y'all doing, fellas?
Yeah,
doing great. How you doing,
Quicksand? Just one more thing before I skip out.
Go ahead.
Happy New Year's to all y'all, man.
Hold on, Quicksand. He got one more thing to say, right quick.
I don't want to see no more freaking trick plays. No more trick play. If I see a trick play or Kyle Pitt freaking blocking on a jet sweep to freaking Jonnu Smith again, I will personally drive to freaking New Orleans. and he'll come up Memphis. No, I'm just
Man, you bros like taking folks' lives, man.
No,
hey, but I guarantee you there will be a Wildcat Sunday, a Wildcat play. So you might as well get the stick and get the beat. That's all I got.
We already said he got to pretty much be used in the passing game this week. Because we haven't been using him. Because remember, last time he was in New Orleans, they ended up winning a ball game with him.
True. But yeah, that's all I.
That's look, all though, fellas, y'all. I mean,
salute.
No, go ahead.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, great man. Thank you for popping through, man.
Birdcage.
Go ahead, Quicksand, right quick.
All right. I just finna say though, like, fellas, like, we already see, man. We get down by like even 7 points to 10, man. We don't got the quarterback, dog. We can't do it. Period. Even if we get in the playoffs, we can't do it. It is what it is, man. We don't have a quarterback, man. You see, Chicago, they just put everybody in. They just made them throw when they was up by. It's tight, bro.
Yeah, and I said
we don't have a quarterback
3 weeks ago.
Well,
this team is not built to play from behind. This team is not built to play from behind. They built to keep the lead if they get it.
Yeah, we ain't got a coach either. Man. Outside of a quarterback, we ain't got a coach. And we got
nothing.
And remember, we got offensive linemen that we still got to fix on that line that's been getting run through like turnstiles, bro.
Real dog.
Yeah. Especially in that passing game, man.
Yeah, because Caleb McGarry can't pick his foot up in the swimming pool. I swear.
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna keep it real with you too, Tim. Hey, Notorious B.I.G. I hope he don't save nothing that y'all got going on Sunday. I ain't gonna cap to you at all, brother. For real. Praying for your downfall. I'm talking about praying for it.
Praying.
Y'all really think Carolina gonna get Tampa?
I mean,
possibility.
Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They got think about it. They got
I'm
us.
not high on it. I'm not high on it. I'm just really hoping for it. That's all.
Yep.
Someone mentioned it earlier. They're gonna play spoilers. They're gonna try and play spoilers. I think Graybeard was the one that said that, man. So who knows?
That'd be nice, man.
Who knows?
Yeah,
win it for your owner, man. He just got fined.
Yeah, that dude was a savage, man. He done threw a whole drink on somebody, man. God damn. Shit.
Hey, Smith, appreciate you letting me get on your platform, man.
Hey, no problem, my brother. I done seen you in the chat many times.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you support, man.
Appreciate you coming up.
I can tell y'all care about it, man. Like we almost like a secret society, bro.
We're a syndicate, brother. We mercenaries here.
You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, man, you ain't finna have the FBI looking at me, bro. Just be quiet. Hirsch.
Yeah, it's like they love to see us down, man. It's like for some reason, like they got it against us, bro. I don't know what's up with the damn Falcons, man.
We've been snake bit since 1966, bro.
Man, every year, bro.
Salute.
Yeah. But that's until ownership show.
Just think about it. Everybody, old ownership did it too. Think about it. Old ownership didn't want to bring in players, and they was too cheap. And now you got an owner that has money, that wants to spend money, but you got people in that front office right now that definitely can evaluate talent and bring good talent into Atlanta. From coaching.
That part too, brother.
What's up?
That part too, brother. But we all know we need a quarterback, man. We had a chance to get Deshaun and Lamar. We ain't do nothing.
And here's the thing.
We haven't got a quarterback. Like, we need a quarterback.
But here's the other thing. We also complained about the defense being soft and weak for years, giving up leads when we had an offense. Now that Terry cleaned off the books, think about it. Terry cleaned off those books.
Them boys biting.
Thank you. We got out of cap hell
with a defense.
And here's the sad part. But here's the sad part. Most of these dudes that we got in the defense are 1 year dudes. A lot of 1 year contract dudes. So you got a bunch of mercenaries that you done brought in.
Right. They ain't do nothing with it, man. They
exactly. Them boys fight every game, and their offense can't sustain the drive. And they be on the field too long.
Yeah, because I wouldn't trust. I got to keep telling y'all. I keep
We ain't
telling you,
never
I
had
wouldn't
two
trust.
things that match. It's like peanut butter with no jelly.
Hey, Ryan,
Just saying, dog.
I tell the people I wouldn't trust Arthur Smith to make a collect call. I'm just saying.
And I feel like you need to retool this defense in the offseason for real, just in case, you know, the Calais Campbells and the Grady Jarretts and
they retire.
And the what's
Bud
that man
Dupree.
name? Oh yeah, and the Richie Grants and, you know, stuff like that.
No, not that, man.
No, we need a quarterback.
They not be with the team next year. That's all. My goodness.
We need a quarterback.
I don't want Richie Grant on this team. I will go.
No, Richie Grant got to go, bro.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie.
The rookie
the same car that Dorian put Arthur Smith in, we can put Richie Grant in that same car with Arthur Smith. Okay, we can put him right in that same car and sit in the back.
But y'all think about it though. We don't know who our quarterback gonna be next year.
Well, you got a ton to choose from right now. Hopefully,
you got choices to make.
Collection,
and we're gonna have some cap space, so we're gonna have to make some kind of moves, man.
Exactly.
That's point blank.
Man, what we gonna do? Somebody got some options. I'm lost.
I tell you,
there's a lot of different options you can go. I mean,
but here's the thing.
I like
Fields. Said earlier.
Go to Justin Fields route.
Exactly.
I know a lot of people do.
That was a good take, Smitty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you, like you said, if you don't go to Justin Fields route or whatnot, you got Penix, you got Daniels, you got Drake May, you got a ton of quarterbacks that you can go after in this draft right now, because this is a quarterback heavy draft, and you got a chance to get that. And the other thing you got to get, if you're gonna get your quarterback, you got to get your offensive line pretty much to protect this quarterback that you bringing in.
Got to,
because you don't need him running for his life the whole season.
Nope.
Unless he has to.
And they're gonna be better than Heineke and Ritter.
I'm
sorry, bro.
But Dave Ragone gotta go too.
Why us?
Oh man, Dave Ragone, man, he should have been gone the day he was hired. That boy ain't.
And please, Dave Ragone killed Mr. Trubisky, and they ain't saying much.
Lord.
No, hold up, bro.
Think about it. Chicago got them to the playoffs. No, let's be real.
True.
Chicago with Roquan Smith.
I want to see no Mitch, bro.
Oh no, let's just be real, dog. Think about it. Chicago had Roquan Smith, and that defense was a playoff caliber defense. Robbie Gould got pretty much booted from Chicago because he couldn't hit field goals. Now he's in Frisco hitting everything. But, you know, Dave Ragone pretty much killed that offense and literally killed a top 5 defense at that time.
Yep.
Right.
So when you look at it, Ragone is a team killer. Why would you bring somebody like that here?
Hey,
that's crazy, man.
Great point.
Arthur Smith is the new version of Chip. I'm gonna say this. Arthur Smith is the new version of Chip Kelly. Say what you want.
Oh, he's so dry, but like when the players they know they messing up, they supposed to be able to look at the sideline, look at your coach face like they don't have no confidence. He got this
quicksand.
Look.
Quicksand.
And the other thing is, when are we gonna hire? Here's the other thing.
Players are the reflection of their coach.
When we gonna bring in a quarterback coach? That was my next question.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You got to bring in both
quarterback coach to stop coaching these wide receivers. That's the other problem.
And please stop trying to bring in these 30-plus-year-old quarterbacks and just go get you someone young or go draft your own quarterback. That's what I say.
And quit going to Jefferson.
Yeah.
Man, what and good God, he was targeted how many times on Sunday? 5 times?
5, yeah.
5 targets.
So
what?
Who y'all talking about again?
Talking about Van
Jefferson. Jefferson.
Here's the thing.
Why was he the?
Oh my God, bro! That dude must have a vendetta against the Falcons. Cause no, bro,
he's just bad that Brian Edwards trade last year. Just bad.
Now here's the thing. Now somebody in the chat was saying they think the Bears are gonna trade Justin Fields. I'll say this.
They would be stupid
to
it.
They would be stupid.
You would keep him, right?
You got Kevin.
I would keep him too.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is what's changed about Chicago. They got somebody in that's actually competent and understands not just the game of football, but also understands their front office. Let's be real. Kevin Warren.
Who you talking about? Eberflus?
No, he's the president and CEO of the Bears right now. Kevin Warren.
Oh, they do got some brothers over there, right?
Yeah, they got a brother up in there. He actually ran the Big Ten. He ran the Big Ten conference. If you watch college ball, he ran the Big Ten conference during the time where COVID was there. He took over. He got them their multi-million-dollar deal with pretty much their TV deals with Fox and also with CBS at that time. outside of that,
that.
he's a businessman first. He's already saying that Justin Fields is gonna put asses in seats for number one. Outside of that,
Time out, brother. I don't want let me cut y'all real quick. I ain't gonna. I wish we would have tried to get Montez Sweat too. They went and got him.
or Donnell, or I give another one for you, or that boy Hunter out of Minnesota. That was another guy that we had under the radar that we could have got.
Yeah, they. I
Right,
mean,
yeah,
I think what railroaded that was, a fact that they gave him the tag or something like that. I think, I think they're going to end up paying Daniil. But I would love.
No, they didn't make him available.
No, they didn't make him an offer.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
So I think they're going to end up trying to keep him, especially being the sack. Well, like he's still the sack leader, right? So
Yeah.
I think they're going to end up
Probably
paying
he
him.
probably missed like 3 games, man.
That's what I'm
Yep.
saying.
And he
But
damn
Montez
sure,
Sweat, I
let
definitely
us know
want
what
Sweat.
was up when they played against us
I
because he
wanted
was all
Sweat
up
too.
against Atlanta.
Sure was, man. Hey, Smitty, you got anything else you want to add, man? We're coming up on that 2-hour mark, man. I know we all.
Nah, man, go on to wrap it up, man. We
Woo!
don't
Man,
want a whole hour over.
Yeah. Hey, man, this was
definitely-
about the fans too, though, man.
Yeah.
We
Oh no,
yeah,
we
yeah.
got something for
You
him
know,
coming up
man,
on Sunday
make sure
too,
we
man.
get
So
him
make
in.
sure y'all join us on the post game on Sunday, the season finale for the post game, man. Chat will be open from the minute we go live, so everybody can just go ahead and spew whatever it is that they
So
want.
y'all
to
can get it off
about
y'all
win or
chest.
lose. Get it off your chest.
Yeah.
But I would
Hopefully
like
we
to
get the dub.
thank Ryan, the historian, man, for coming in and just dropping knowledge and just
Appreciate
Yes,
it,
sir.
fam.
being as colorful as you are, man. Appreciate you and all the bullshit that you brought. We definitely appreciate that, man. Hope to have you more on the show in the future, man. I know that myself, Smitty, and Chris will be doing some free agent targets and some football, some draft pick breakdowns. If you have some time, man, you and the whole Birdcage crew can come on down, man. Let's get
Hey,
it,
man,
man.
hold on.
We can do it.
Yeah, yes,
You
sir.
gotta
on.
hold on. You gotta come to the crib now. We
I
got
do.
everything. We
Oh,
got we got collard green, fried chicken, everything there
I
for
eat
you, man.
all of
Just
that.
Smitty know we show hospitality at the Birdcage, baby.
Yep.
Fact.
Y'all
Check
got
out.
salmon over there?
Oh yeah, we got that too. We got some fresh
Okay.
salmon too.
I'll be there.
What you
Yeah,
want
okay.
smoke? What would you like? Smoke or would you like grilled?
I'm gonna take it.
He don't give a
smoke,
damn.
but I put
All
that.
right.
Put that special Birdcage LLC, you know what I'm saying, sauce on that joker for me too.
I'll tell you what else. I'll
And
tell
don't be
you what
trying to
else
go
he like
light
on it.
Don't be
I
I
trying
ain't
to go
gonna tell
light
you what
on
else
it.
he like on it. I ain't gonna tell you what else he like on
Hey,
it.
look,
Oh
hey,
man, I'm already have a big old cup of juice.
That's an
Ready, you know what I'm
inside
saying?
joke. That's an inside joke.
Hey,
Big cup of
but no, I
juice.
appreciate y'all having me on
For
here,
sure.
man. Hey, if y'all can check
Yeah,
out my
me too.
page, Birdcage LLC. Check out the magnificent Birdcage crew. It's not just Falcons football that we have on there. We actually have interviews with former athletes such as Billy White Shoes Johnson, James Collins. I mean, we've had a ton of guys to come through. Terrence Mathis has come through. Miles Garrett. We have Daniel Flick coming on Thursday. So if any of you guys know who Daniel Flick is,
Man,
he's
Flick,
coming
huh?
on Thursday.
Yeah, we like Flick, man. Flick's
Man,
That's
Flick's a good
nephew,
dude. You're
yeah.
gonna enjoy that one, man. There's
you
no
really
question
are.
he can't
You really
answer, man. That man is a savant. He's quick with it, man.
And we got Miles Garrett saying he gonna try to come back to the cage too. So we got that coming too. So
We had
y'all
an
gotta
honor and
come through and
privilege to
check
get
that
him.
out.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, y'all, happy New Year's, man. Like I
Happy
say,
New Year,
appreciate
Quicksand.
it. Y'all
Thank you,
take
man.
care, man.
You too, brother.
Appreciate
Enjoy
you,
the
Quicksand,
football.
for coming through, my brother.
y'all.
We'll see you Sunday. We'll see
One
you
time.
Sunday, man. All right.
Thank y'all for having me, fellas.
All right, fellas.
And on that
Shout out
note,
to
I'll
you,
go
brother.
ahead and just leave with
I ain't coming for no foolishness.
I catch y'all boys later.
Hey, man, be blessed, bro. Man, that was an awesome show, man. Shout out to Ryan, the historian, and the bird from the Birdcage.
Hey, before we
man.
out of
Go
here,
ahead, man. Nice, man.
we got to shift the love to Big Low, man. Y'all please go check out Big Low Country Sports. He's on right now, so when y'all leave us, go over to Big Low, show him some love for however long y'all can, and tell him Smitty and the boys sent you over there.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Because regardless if you a friend or foe, that man still gonna greet you with a what in the world, Bo. So gotta love it. Gotta love that.
That's
man.
it, man. That's it. We definitely enjoyed everybody's company tonight. Chris, drop your socials. Let the folks know where they can find you, man. Before we end
Oh
this.
man, definitely can find me on YouTube at A1 Forever Sports, just down here under my name, man. On Twitter, you can also find me at A1 ROC. That's on Twitter, X, whatever. A1 Forever on Instagram. The real A1 Forever on TikTok, man. And tomorrow, man, I plan on doing a little something, man. We plan on doing like a little giveaway too, man. I mean, The Atlanta Falcons, they do it, man. I feel like the 95 North Sports Machine can do it too, man. So be looking out for that.
Just don't give out none of that juice. That's all I got to tell you.
Hey, man, the juice is mine, okay? The juice is mine.
Oh man.
One of these days, man. One of these days, y'all gonna get some good sense. I'm telling you. One of these days.
Nah, I'm gonna be ignorant for life. I hate to say it. But y'all know where to find me, man. Submitted Sports Machine on YouTube, Spotify, sportsblog.com. I might get back to writing, who knows.
You need to get back to writing.
Essence. Yeah, I do. And I probably this off season. And the draft will be the perfect time. But y'all know where to find me, man. And please go to Twitter. I'm always blowing stuff up over there, and I'm always starting shit. I don't know why. But yeah, that's what y'all.
I know why. Cause don't nobody bullshit like you, Smith.
Like me.
Nobody bullshit like you, not Twitter. Bullshit like you.
Yeah, man. But Berto, man. Oh, and thank y'all for tuning in, man. Thank y'all 2-hour show. We appreciate it, man. And awesome. Like he said, Sunday. Hopefully it's not the season finale, but we'll see. But I picked them to lose, so it might be. But DA, he said Sunday won't be the last game. So hey,
January 14th, baby.
If they get a January 14th game, they gonna still get their ass whooped. Yeah, man. Berto, gonna take us out, man.
Yes, sir. Your boy Berto, your host of the 95 North Falcons Talk Show. That's the platform on YouTube, and Twitter. You can find me under RI Falcons. Go ahead, brother. Yes, Mr. Angelo. Thank you for always supporting, man. And you can find me on Bleacher Report every Sunday, and for the rest of January, cutting up and bringing up this Fire Falcon content, helping us push over to get the best players we possibly can, and breaking these draft profiles down, and also linking up with some free agents that the Falcons may be entertained by. So you can catch all that and exclusively more on the Bleacher Report app, and look for your boy Berto, your host of 95 North Falcons Talk Show.
Yeah, man, we're gonna be busy.
Yes, sir. We'll be busy
the whole off season.
Hell yeah, man. But until then, we will see you guys on Sunday. Have a blessed night, everybody. Peace.